Yo, what's going on, people? King Rich is back again with another live stream caller show. This is going to be really interesting today. We are talking about age gap. Yeah, we're talking about age gap dating. What is an appropriate age gap? Yeah, what is not appropriate? Yeah, how many years maximum can be between you and your partner? Yeah, I want to get you lots opinions about this. And on the screen here, we're going to start with a couple reactions, as I always do. Let's jump straight into it. Let's see what this woman's got to say.
When you're at an age where you can, as a woman, you can date the
son or the father, how do you navigate that? Like, is age really a thing, or are people still respecting the whole age thing these days? Like, oh, well, he's 15 years my senior, I don't want to talk to him, or she's 15 years my junior, I don't want to, deal with somebody that young. So, and I'll just be honest, a lot of what I hear, like my friends who are in their like maybe mid 40s, the guys already established, got their careers, money, X, Y, and Z. None of them want, I take that back, not none. They don't typically want women in their 20s. We have one friend, he's like obsessed with like young women.
How young is...
Notice how she used the language, he's obsessed with young women. Yeah, you see, when she says that, it makes him sound like some predatory individual. Like he's obsessed, he's crazy, like he's on some psycho vibes.
Young.
I don't know, like
22 young or 27 young?
I don't know, like one night he brought a girl like to our little friend group.
Your little freak off?
No, just like one of our little like hangouts. It was just, and two of my friends were drunk, and like they were like just making jokes about how young she was.
So she was like 19.
She was young, so I think she was probably like maybe under 25.
Okay.
I would assume that because he's like 44, 45. So
you see, this is the thing. There's always an issue when men want to date younger women, but when it's a woman wanting to date a younger man, there's no talk of her being obsessed with younger men, or like there's no jokes about it or nothing like that. So I find that to be interesting. Anyway, let's move on. Let's hear what this woman has to say.
Young ladies, that man does not like you because you're mature for your age. He's a fucking predator. Women his own age would never deal with him. He is a red flag walking. Stay far, far away from him.
Your audio is awful. Yeah, we should stay far, far away from you. You've got all of this microphone and filter there, but it's obviously a cheap microphone and a cheap filter. But anyway, that's not the point.
Talking 15, 20-year age gap? Yeah, no, stay away from that man. That man does not think you're mature for your age. To be quite honest, he thinks you're fucking naive. He thinks you're stupid. He thinks you're a little slow. He thinks that you don't have enough life experience to make wise decisions for yourself. And he will manipulate you. He will use you. He will.
This sounds like a bitter woman who can't get the men that she used to be able to attract because those men want to date younger women younger than herself. You see, a woman like this, I can look at her and see that probably when she was younger, she had her pick of the litter. She had a lot of men giving her attention, but now she's maybe a little bit older, a little bit aged out, hit the wall just a tad. Now those men and all that attention she was getting, that their attention's going elsewhere. Now she's here telling younger women, oh yeah, these men, they don't look at you as a human being. They think you're stupid, blah, blah, blah.
That's for sexual game, a little arm candy, whatever it may be. That man will use you. He will waste your youth away. Do not settle for a man older than you. He will belittle you. He will make sure he only gives you a little crumbs, because if you do enough self-development, he knows that you will fucking leave that man as soon as you find out that he was preying on you, grooming you.
Wow. So now she's saying that the men will groom them. But bro, though you realize that younger men are probably going to be more inclined to just use women because they just want to throw their willy around. Though you understand that an older man is going to be more inclined to settle down. especially if he's with a woman who is cooperative, feminine, and treats him with respect, and a woman that probably has little to no baggage. Unlike someone like you, who I don't know you, but I could easily predict that you probably do have a lot of baggage. Just by the fact that you're making this video is the kind of video someone with baggage would make. Anyway.
Stay away from these old ass men. You can get your own bag. Stay away from these fucking nasty old ass men, okay? Especially if you around the same fucking age as their oldest children. Yeah, hell no. Ugh.
Yeah. And are you married though? Are you winning? This is the thing. Like, these kind of people that come out and talk all of this stuff, like, the question I have to ask, are you winning? Where's your husband? How old is he? How old is your baby daddy? Because I'm sure you've got a baby daddy somewhere. I'm sure of it. And the first thing you need to think about before you start talking about men being nasty old men, you need to think about that nasty old microphone that you're using with that crackly audio. That audio is horrible. That is, and you still posted this video with that rubbish audio. That's embarrassing. You should be ashamed of yourself. Anyway, moving on.
Age gap relationships.
Yes.
Which you were critical of.
I knew I should have brought my notepad. Yep.
So let's talk a bit about that. So do you think it's wrong for a guy to date a younger adult woman? Let's say a 30-year-old dating a 20-year-old, for example.
No, I don't see anything wrong with it. I just find it, my thing was, okay, I'm not saying once they're a legal adult, that is her decision, right? That is ultimately her decision. It's not him grooming her or any of those sorts. She's a legal grown adult. I'm just saying I don't think it's fair to say there isn't a link with how men, as the older they get, they still like very young women. And my only point was, I know the stats start at 18, but I bet you if they started younger at 14, there'd be a lot of those grown men finding 14 to 18-year-old women peak attractiveness as well, especially like.
Why are you talking about 14-year-old women? Like, and they're not women, they're girls. Why are you talking about 14-year-old girls? The conversation's not about 14-year-old girls. What the hell is this woman talking about? It's weird.
16. I guarantee you would be actually 16 if that was a part of the stats instead of 18. Because 16 to 18, you're not getting much different. 18, she could still be in high school.
Remember, we're talking about adults.
That's the thing you keep saying is you're talking about adults, but that's not my point. So unless we want to go back to that, then maybe we should.
But that's what we're talking about. We're talking about adults. We're not talking about teenagers, like, or underage individuals. We're talking about adults. You're making it about underage participants. See, this is the thing. This is what these kind of people will do. We're talking about adults, young women, not girls. But she wants to change and shift the conversation to talk about underage girls. I don't know why.
Shouldn't resurface
What
this.
age range bothers you? Like, what's the issue with the age range?
So I'm gonna give you context because he's bringing it up from our last thing. The last
Yeah,
two times I was on here.
Let me just clarify. I'm talking about adult relationships. You keep bringing up high school
I'm
and
talking.
all this shit. I suppose an 18-year-old could be in high school, but we're talking about...
He said 20 and 30. He said 20
No,
and
but
30.
I
he
said
said,
20 and
but he
30.
said 18 after. He said 18 after. He did. He said 18.
Well, I just said 18 now.
Yeah, no,
but,
you said
but
after.
the first example I gave was 30 and 20.
Yes, I said that's fine.
I could
That's
even make
the
it
first thing out of my mouth was that's fine. My thing is I kept going back to the data that you showed on the podcast is my point. When you showed the data that with women and men as they age, women tend to find men the same age as them attractive, while men, it stops at about 18 to 20. My whole point is, I don't care if you don't want to bring this up and go into this deep down part of it, but you did. So my point is, that stat started at 18, and I guarantee if those men knew they would not get in trouble or face any, punishment, they would say that 16 was their optimal prime most attractive. 18 to 16 is not that far.
Okay, but you're basically just derailing the conversation.
I'm not, because you brought it up.
No, you are. You're going down a route that, bro, like, at the end of the day, we all understand what is against the law. We all understand what is deviant. We understand if a man talks about wanting to be with an underage woman or one underage girl, that is deviant. That's wrong. It's against the law. Society already understands that that is an issue. But he's talking about an older man with a younger woman. Why would you bring that up in this conversation? Like, this is what I don't understand. Like, why you're changing the conversation? Nobody's arguing with what you're saying. Like, it's crazy.
No, but okay, but the conversation is men who are, say, a 30-year-old guy who wants to date a 20-year-old woman. And you always want to bring it to
Can I ask you a
Because
question?
last time
the
we
P
debated
word
it,
stuff.
Because last time we debated it,
But it's irrelevant.
It's-
Let's just, for the sake of a conversation.
How's it irrelevant if you're bringing up my last time on here? You can't just bring up bits
No,
and
but
pieces
you
of
were
what I said.
making the argument that 30 and 20 or 40 and 20, that's
I did not make that argument. I said I must have said 18 because I
I have a
know.
question. Do you feel the same way about women? Because like Demi Moore
Yes.
dated somebody really young, nobody batted an eye. Jada Pinkett Smith dated somebody 20 years younger than her.
I think
Nobody
it's disgusting.
nobody gave a fuck.
I think it's disgusting.
So,
Like
you
even
feel
my
the same way?
ex-girlfriend, I started a huge thing in high school because my ex-girlfriend started dating her girlfriend when she was in 7th grade and her girlfriend was a senior in high school. I was like, that shit's fucking nasty. I exposed the
What the
hell
hell?
out of her girlfriend. I was like, you're trifling. I was like, if this was she was my ex-girlfriend's best friend, it was her older sister. I was like, if you would have been a boy, this would have been everywhere. This would have not been cool. Everyone would have been on it. And I exposed it too. As soon as we got together and I found out about it, I was like, oh, she's out of her mind. Like, she's nasty. I don't think it's right if it's girl, girl, boy, 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 girl.
But why didn't you go to the police then? Why didn't you make it a big thing? Why didn't you go to the police? Oh, because it's when a woman, it's a girl doing it. We can just tell her she's trifling and then move on with our lives. Wow.
Girl. And it's not because I'm sure there is certain situations and instances where there is 30-year-old or 40-year-old men in the same position as maybe a 21-year-old. But it will never sit right with me how a 40-plus-year-old man could fall in love or be romantically involved with somebody under the age of 21 for it to not be for some type of weird reason.
20.
Yes, I think a lot of things change at 21, personally. For the fact that like I remember I was 20 and I started dating this guy for a little bit who was 26. I felt like a whole child, and it was only 6 years difference because I couldn't even go to the bar with him if he wanted to. I couldn't go to the club with him if I wanted to. I couldn't go into the 21 drinking section. I couldn't go to concerts with him. I felt like his little daughter that I couldn't do shit. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying every
20 and
man who dates
26.
young is a pedophile. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying there is a weird connection between men who are 50 or 40 plus going after 18-year-olds, because usually you'll see the trend, they only go after 18-year-olds. It's not like, oh, he was
Okay.
dating all older women and then one 18-year-old swept him off his feet.
Just remind me, how old are you again?
22, probably
You're
23,
22.
23.
So what about like a guy in his 30s dating you?
I would be fine with that. Most men I'm
Well,
attracted to.
but that's what we're talking. That's kind of what we're talking
I'm
about
23,
here.
not 18.
Okay,
You
let's
said
say
20 and 30
Let's
though.
say 20.
20, even 20. I'm saying I just brought up my situation of, I don't know, I think a lot of things change after the legal drinking age and those things. I feel like you do grow a lot once you, at least for me, once I hit that point. And also now after the pandemic has happened, we have a lot of these 20-year-old adults who missed out on half of their high school and still have the mentality of high schoolers because they missed out on so much of it and are so behind, which I think adds a whole new tier into it.
Did you want to come in? or-
No, I just personally don't think that it's weird or nothing like that, man. I feel like people have preferences, and there's a lot of women out here who have preferences. Nobody bags on them, so I'm very big on double standards. I hate how women like constantly bag on men for things that women do as
Yo,
well.
can you hide
know?
that? Hide that, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. They said enough, bruv. Let's get to the callers, bruh. Let's get to the callers, bruv. Because, bruh, we got to chat about this. I want to get you lots of opinions, points of view, all of that. What's it? The link to call in is pinned to the top of the chat. Some of the mods are pasting it in the live chat. So, yeah, hit the link if you got any kind of opinions, you got anything you want to say about this topic, age gap, dating, I want to know what you lot think. What do you think is an appropriate age gap? Etc. etc. Me personally, because I actually spoke about this with a couple people earlier today when I was in the gym, and like I was just saying that, like, me personally, I wouldn't date someone younger than 25. I wouldn't talk to no one younger than 25 personally. I think that like under 25, yeah, it's like women under 25, they're still very excited. You get what I'm saying? They're very excited. They're out. They want to be at the bar. They want to be at the club. You know, they want to get wasted. You know, they're still excited to be outside and all of that, bro. Like, and me personally, I don't. If I'm talking to a girl and it's like I really want to be serious, I don't want someone that's still excited. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I want someone that's at least, you know, maybe they've been out, had a good time, but now they realize, okay, that's kind of immature vibes. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, but me personally, I wouldn't necessarily judge what other men do as long as they're, you know, not breaking the law or doing anything weird or deviant. Like, I wouldn't really judge, man. But like, for me, I feel like for instance, like me and my mate was talking about it, and it was like, bruh, at this stage in life, yeah, when you see young women that are like 20, and it's like, bruh, like she looks young, bruv. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, she looks young. Like, a lot of them girls, they look young to me. And it's like, yeah, there's nothing there for me, bro. Like, there's nothing there for me. But anyway, we got a caller, so let's see what he's got to say. Hello.
Yo, bro.
Yo, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How you been?
I'm all right. So what do you think about the topic? Like, what do you think is a good age gap, or what's the youngest young woman you would date and why?
For me, the youngest will be 25, and because like it's hard to explain because chicks, I think, in my opinion, I think regardless of age, they all have that same mentality, that same mindset, especially like 25 and under. Like,
What
just
mindset are you talking about?
maturity. Huh? Yeah, like the mindset of, you know, the modern day females, like, he's got to pay for me, like, if he wants to talk to me, like, pay this, that, you know.
Okay. So you're saying because they want guys to basically chase them and do everything for them? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically that. Like, just want guys to chase them and just, you know, basically do all, like, they want a guy to bring everything to the table, but they're not bringing nothing but pussy. And to be honest, you can get that.
So what do you so are you saying that you prefer to date older women, or what?
Yeah, I preferred. It's hard, man, because there are some younger chicks that are mature and have a good mindset, but the reason why I prefer, to be honest, yeah, I don't really like discriminate, but I know that chicks that are under 25, like, they got stuff. Sorry, chicks 25 and up, they obviously they got their own thing going, they got something going for themselves, so they'll obviously bring something to the relationship. The younger ones, pump and dump, if you ask me.
Oh, okay. So what was you saying? The youngest woman you would date would be 25.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Randy, what do you think about it?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah. What do you think about it?
Okay, so yeah, as of me, in terms of a dating thing, basically I'm 30, innit? And in terms of a dating thing, the youngest I would probably go for is 25, 24. Obviously, the reason why is similar to yours. Like, girls that are, when they're young, they're too excited, they're not serious. They're more interested in like the party lifestyle, maybe going on the party holidays. So I feel like it wouldn't be logical for me to go for a girl that's under 25, especially if I'm looking for something serious. So I feel like 25 and above in terms of dating. I'll be real.
All right, cool. Let me ask you guys this, yeah. What do you say? What do you think when you hear women say that older men that date younger women are predators? What do you think about that? What's your thoughts on that?
Haters.
Full of shit. I feel like it is hypocritical. Like bro, the thing is like when a guy that's like 20, if he goes for a girl that's in her 30s, no one is gonna call the girl a predator. But when it's the other way around, the guy's a predator. Girls never get called predators for going for a younger man. It's always the other way around. Like I don't understand.
Always. Like for instance, like when I just did show that little reaction, the first video, the woman said that her friend is obsessed with younger women, and it's like, even using that kind of language, why would you say that? Like if she was talking about a woman, she wouldn't use that language. She wouldn't.
Bro, honestly, it's
Putting a friend under
ridiculous.
the bus.
It's ridiculous, bro. I've even seen a couple months ago, I've seen on Twitter, I've seen a girl saying that a guy that's 30 years old, if he sleeps with a girl that's 23, he's a predator. I'm like, no, it's not. That's a stretch. They're both adults. Like, come on, that's a stretch. A 30-year-old and 23-year-old, they're both adults. Like, technically, there's no problem. Bro, if a 30-year-old girl is sleeping with a 23-year-old man, no one's going to bat an eyelid.
No one say
is
nothing.
going to say nothing. Oh, my days. But every time it's the other way around. Predator this, predator that. Like, all the time. Obviously, one of the realities that some guys are biologically, like, wired to like date girls that are younger. Like shit like this happens all the time. Some of these girls that are complaining.
Let's say younger women. Let's make it. Hey, let's make it clear and say that instead of saying girls, say younger women, because then we can make it really clear, like what we're saying in it.
My bad. Yeah, no, but it's for real.
Because especially with this kind of topic, like we need to be clear what we're saying in it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. No, that is true. Because some of these women, their parents be having a big age gap as well. Some of their parents, maybe their dad is 10 years older than their wives, but they're not saying nothing. But when us people are doing it, now we're predators. Come on.
All right, zero tolerance. You said they're haters. Why do you say that?
They're hating because, to be honest, I feel like I believe they're coming from a place. It comes from a place of like bitterness, jadedness, because they don't feel attractive in themselves. That back to my hating point as well. Basically, they don't feel. They feel they don't feel. I believe that they're just not confident in themselves, insecure. They come from a place of hurt, bitterness, jaded. Because they're not attracting the guy they want. At that, and let's be real. There's loads of guys. I know there's loads of guys that's on to that particular female that was talking. I know there's bare guys in the inbox offering to kiss her feet or whatever, but obviously she's not feeding them. The guys that she is feeding, most likely is just doing their thing and cutting.
All right, cool. Juan, what do you think about this? Juan,
yeah, you gotta wait a second. Yeah, I agree with the guys. I mean, she's a consenting adult. It doesn't matter what anyone has to say. Most of the time, it's older women trying to shame men for their preferences, and they got to make it seem like it's like you're dating a child when it's not. It's all projection, right? They know young women are the competition. Or young women know that when they get older, if they haven't locked down a man, right, the young women will be the competition because deep down inside they know that's their prime, or at least if they're smart, they know that's their prime, right? So they got to paint it in a certain way. But all those women's preferences, right, height and money, all that is not a problem, right? Their preferences are praised while men's preferences are demonized. So, they got to make it seem like, or try to shame men out of their preferences to keep their options open. But it's never going to work that way. They're really foolish thinking that that's going to help them. You know what I'm saying?
The thing that's crazy about this is because throughout human history, younger women have always coupled with older men. and by statistic wise, those couples usually do the best. Do you get what I'm saying? As in long term, they usually last. Those relationships usually last long term. Whereas like when you look at older women with younger guys, those usually are just very short term relationships, entanglements. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because that's a biological dead end, right? Older women, they're getting near to geriatric pregnancy. They don't have as much eggs. It's a biological dead end. Vice versa, it isn't. So, I mean, but people do what they wish. But I agree. I think this is the reason why we're seeing Western civilizations, East, Western Europe, Canada, U.S., etc., right, having these issues is because women. I don't think it has much to do with age, but the reason why older guys. We younger women are successful is because the older guy usually has their resources sets and their life in order. They're more, masculine, etc. Right? So the problem is they think those older guys will be around when they get older, but it doesn't work that way. The reason why it works in age gaps is because women look for especially in a relationship, look for a guy with resources or have their life together, things together, right? So now what we have in the West is like, just do whatever, you're just as the same as a man. It doesn't work that way. Feminist brainwashing has tricked these women into thinking, and men too, because you'll see men saying this shit too. Like,
yeah. There's guys that co-sign these talking points as well. Like, oh, you guys are weird, blah blah blah. And I'm like, bro, like, how old is your mum and how old is your dad? Like, that's all you need to ask these people. Like, how old is your grandfather and your grandmother? What, is your granddad a predator as well? Like, that's all you have to say to these people. Like,
right. These are just low value people in the dating market, jealous of the people who are high value, right? The people who are getting what they want. So they think that, if I shame them, they will stop doing that or stigmatize this negatively. But like at the end of the day, like even the data, the science says biologically after 18, you're an adult. So I will agree though, generally speaking though, women 18 to 24, 25 are in Western civilization anyway, tend to be not as mature. They're like a party phase, but I'm not going to just discount it just because they're those ages, but it's going to be I find it very rare that they're going to be mature enough to be part of a relationship. But if they are, I mean, it shouldn't be a problem. But
I'll be real. I feel like anyone that's 18 to 24, like there's not really much. Like I do get it when a lot of times these people will say, oh yeah, what have you got in common with them? And I kind of do get that. But at the same time, I'm not gonna say if a man is 30 and he wants to date a 24-year-old, I'm not gonna say he's a predator now. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that's just crazy. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
But you gotta ask him to define the word predator, right? Because what I noticed that they do this, I like to call them vulnerability bombing and authoritative labeling, right? They like to use these words to make them seem, like I said, demonizing labels. But ask them what the word predator means, right? Predator means that one side gets all the benefits and the other side doesn't, right? So like when the lion eats a gazelle, the gazelle loses its life, it gains nothing. By the lion gets sustenance, right? So that's why they call the predator. So look at this situation, right? When an older man gets with a younger woman, he gets her youth, beauty, her essence, support, to better his life, and vice versa. She's getting his resources, his guidance, his wisdom, right? Because he's lived a life, so he can use that actually in a positive way. They always assume it's negative, but he can use that in a positive way to improve her life, right? So it's not predatory, but they have to, again, make it seem like it is because that they know that's their competition. But you just gotta ask people to define these words because they just like to throw words around, and when you ask them to define it, they just start to stutter because they think it usually works with low IQ people when they throw around these words. But like if you just ask them to define it, and they'll just get stuck.
Yeah. Hey, Kurt, anyone trying to call in, make sure that your microphone is connected. Because if your microphone is not connected, it will just say that you can't connect. Simple as that. So make sure your mic is connected. But yeah, it's there's so many like of these like trendy shaming lines that they throw around, like, oh, you're a predator, you date younger women, there's something wrong with you, you're a predator, or you're misogynist, or you're this, you're that. And it's just like, but at this point, because I've heard it so much for so many different reasons and used so loosely, it's actually loses weight. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, like, they're just throwing out things. Sometimes they don't even know the gravity of what they're saying, or they straight up don't know what it means. Do you get what I'm saying?
And
So
they're
it's
even
just
trying
like,
to throw out the PDF word, which is crazy to me. It's like, are you trying to put like an adult as a child? That's like wild. I don't even think half the time you ask them to define PDF, they don't know what that means. It's like, bro, like you have to. Those are serious terms people are using, and they're like, they just throw it out like nothing.
I just think that it's funny that in terms of like a young woman, for some reason, a lot of older women or other people, other individuals that talk against older men dating younger women, it's like they make out that these young women are like kids when they're actually adults. Like if they commit a crime, they're going to adult prison. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
These are not teenagers. Like these are not little kids. These are not, because
even
the world views them as adults. So to now all of a sudden, when it suits you, you want to make out that they're adolescence or youth, and it just doesn't make sense to me. Like now, again, like me personally, I would only date a woman like 25 and up at this stage, because that's just like the maturity level, like being able to relate to them, etc., etc. But bruv, if another guy decided, oh yeah, I want to date a 23-year-old, that's not even gonna cross in my mind that I think he's a predator. I may ask some questions like to find out what type of 23-year-old she is. Is she a mature one or like an immature one? And then I would have to ask more questions. But at the same time, just to put that blanket label that, oh yeah, he's a nasty old man and he's trying to use her and all this, that's BS, bro. These girls are jumping on OF as soon as they come of age. They jump on OF.
Bring that up.
They're jumping on OF as soon, bro. So are they, when they jump on OF, are they adult or like, I don't understand. Like that's the questions I have anyway. Go on.
And then you see it from the other women, even older women will be like, oh, you go girl, get your bag. Like shit. But you know that I think they do that because they know that's gonna ruin their future value as a woman. Like these women are devious, bro. I swear, like they know that them doing that, but they encourage them, right? So they're a bunch of hypocrites. I think I don't know who else said it. They're hypocrites because you encourage a young girl as soon as she turns 18 to show her naked body on OF or things like this. But when an older guy wants to give her a loving relationship, then it's a problem. Like please make it make sense. Somebody.
All right, let me ask you guys this. Why do you, what are the reasons you would think that a lot of guys, they don't want to date women, like older guys don't want to date older women? Why do you think that is?
Experience.
Can you turn down the thing in the background, the TV or whatever it is?
Yeah,
Dean, can you turn down your background noise?
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so the question is, why do you think older men don't probably prefer to date or prefer not to date older women? Why do you think that is?
There's a couple of reasons, right? One is we're just naturally attracted to younger, well, I think people in general, but there's women factor in more things that in their attraction than men do. Men just care about women being feminine, more attractive fertility markers, etc. Right? So younger women are going to have most of the time those things, right? Older women too, they tend to be more combative. They're not willing to follow or submit as much. So that is a huge problem, right? So if a woman is older and is still single, there's usually a reason why, right? So that's why most of the older guys don't want to deal with older women, because there's just too many problems. They probably got a bunch of kids from other men. There's a whole list of things that older men, especially older men of value, really don't want to deal with and generally don't have to deal with. So you're going to get the best option you can, and that's usually going to be a younger woman in her prime.
Okay. Dean, what do you think about it? Hello, Dean.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, hello? Yeah. So basically, my opinion is this, right? As I said in your videos before, since making good money, you got that security, which is what women want. So, when you go to countries like Eastern Europe, where they're still a bit more traditional, it's the norm for, say, a 23-year-old to date.
That anything, what did you say? The 23?
Yeah, I would say 23 plus. I would
Yeah,
say
20
anything from 23 up.
Yeah, I think 23, like as I said, I think 25 at this stage, but 23, like I wouldn't really batter an eyelid at that much. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, anything under 23, yeah, it's just the fact that they're just gonna be really immature and just like, yeah, man, that's just,
yeah.
They're just.
I mean,
not.
there's so many examples. Like, remember when President Clinton was dealing with Monica Lewinsky back in the 90s, right? When she was an intern at the White House.
Yeah.
When it started back in 95, he was 49, she was 22.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I was saying, yeah, this is true. People can check this. Monica Lewinsky, she was born 73, right? So in 95, she was 22 and he was almost 50. And now they were both getting something from that deal. She was, still obviously he's the most powerful man in the world at the time, American president. She was an attractive 22-year-old intern at the White House. But I think that's probably a little bit too extreme, if I'll be honest, right? Because that's like a 27-year age gap, if I'm absolutely right.
Yeah.
So that's probably a little bit extreme. But I don't see. I think it works perfectly well. And this is the thing, women have their power when they're younger. A 23-year-old woman has the power, but men have their power when they're older. That's what I think. I've always felt that dynamic. Yeah. So when women are 23, they can attract any man, as long as they're not fat and whatever. They can pretty much attract any man they want. Right? 20 years later, when they're 43, then days are over. And I think a lot of women are starting to wake up to that now. Wake up to the fact that they've been sold a lie about feminism, have a career, and I don't need no man. I don't need
get
no
the bag and all that. Yeah, get the bag
exactly.
And yeah.
And then 40, they realize it's too late. Your fertility's gone. You can't have kids when you're 43 plus. It's too old for you then. Do you know what I mean? And I think a lot of women are waking up to that fact now. But the problem is, this is the difference. See, I don't want to talk too much, so let me know if I'm going on too much. But the difference between men and women is older men put us on game. I've got older men in my life who put me on game, who give me advice. Older women don't put young women on game because they're competing with each other.
Because they're competing,
yeah. Yeah, older women compete with younger women. That's why they sabotage them with bad advice. I've always felt that,
Yeah. Aaron, what do you think about it? Or Aaron, what do you think about it?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
They say it's half your age plus 7, right? That's what they say. That's the law. But at the end of the day, Leonardo DiCaprio started dating a 20-year-old at 43. What's that, 23 years?
Mm-hmm. And he does that consistently.
Exactly. His oldest girlfriend has been, 25? So he doesn't date anyone older than 25.
You see the thing? You see the thing with that? Hold on. You see the thing with that as well, yeah? It's like, it depends who the guy is. So if the guy is a celebrity, entertainer, rapper, pro athlete, whatever, no one really calls it. There's no one saying he's a predator if he dates younger women. No one's gonna call him a predator, bro.
It's true. If Chris Brown did it, no one would say nothing.
I've seen people freak out about him and Tobey Maguire, because he's dating a 20-year-old now too. He's 50. It's like there's people like, oh my god, how can you date someone who's 20? But it's like, he's Tobey fucking Maguire. Like what? You know what I'm saying? Like he's Leonardo DiCaprio. He could date the adult. No, but I have seen on social media people trying to shame it, but it's just like, he's a celebrity. Like really?
Bro, I did a reaction to Robert De Niro. He's like 80 years old. He had a kid. He had a newborn child with his girlfriend who's like 30, and he's like 80, bro. Robert De Niro, bro. Did you hear women come out saying, "Oh, he's a nasty old man" and blah blah blah? No,
Yeah, I mean they did a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I think more people cry about the 18 more say the 23 and up. Because we had those red pill conversations. They said, "Oh, I want a younger woman." Then go to 18. So then that's when women get triggered. Because then they go, "Oh, this high school just a year ago." So I agree with the caller. I believe that 23 and up, you shouldn't have no worries. It shouldn't be the women who are mad. They're more coping. They're upset because they're getting aged out. But I think women get more mad when those red pill conversations go straight to 18.
Yeah, I
agree
mean,
with that as
to
well.
me,
I completely agree.
yeah, I think 18 is that, to me, in my opinion. If a girl's saying 18, 19, no, bruv, no.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. You just left high school. It is kind of I can't even. Yeah, that's too much. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a kid to me. That's a kid. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
yeah. Because even my example. Last year when I was 38, I met the girl. She was at my brother's baby shower. She was 23. I didn't know she was that young, but she was pushing up on giving me attention. I'm talking to her, so I'm on the phone, and then she never asked me my age. And I was like, "Yo, how old you think I am?" She was like, "Oh, 31, 32." Like after a woman get a certain age, they ain't worry about no. They don't care as long as you look good, you in shape. They ain't tripping. You got your shit
Yeah,
together.
I will say this: it depends how you look as well, because there's different types of 30-year-olds out there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So no, but see, this is the thing that old women always they're so stupid because it's harder for an older man to date a younger woman.
Yeah.
You have so much competition, so they're upset that older man can pull the younger girl and they're not choosing them. So that's what it is because it's
Yeah,
hard.
that's true. Yeah.
Because I'm almost 40. You think I could walk around being some grandpa trying to talk to 25-year-old? They gonna look at me like I'm a fucking loser.
Hey,
I gotta come correct.
that was such a good point. It's just like, if you are the type of older man that can attract younger women, that means that you're probably a select guy, bro. Do you
Yeah,
get what I'm saying? You're probably a select guy that those older women would like to couple up with, but you're ignoring them or rejecting them. So now they're going to try to label you as a predator, or as a PDF file or something.
Remember, they don't complain about the guy that does it that they're not attracted to. That's 40. They only complain about the men that Michael B. Jordan, because he's like my age. So when you 6 feet and plus and you in shape, they complain about those men.
Yeah, because the guys that they don't like are probably not going to be able to
Yeah.
attract the younger women anyway. They're just not in the game. Yeah,
And there's
yeah.
another thing as well. Yeah, on a related note to that as well, like these women who are like 23, 24, let's go with that, and who complain about, women dating or older men dating younger women. If Cristiano Ronaldo is 41, right? If he approached them, they would.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So they're being hypocritical, really. They're critics. Oh, you old men with younger women, creepy. If someone like Cristiano Ronaldo who's 41 approached them, they would say yes.
Oh, they're going. They're going 100%.
Exactly.
They follow it.
Yeah, go on.
No, I was just saying they're full of it.
Yeah.
Mali, what's going on? Mali, what's going on?
Oh, you saying, were you good?
Yeah. What do you think about it, bro?
Yeah, I think I think the predator tag is like a step too far. Like I think I agree with what you said earlier. When you were saying that, like, when people use words too frequently, it kind of devalues the word itself.
Yeah,
because it's getting used in contexts which don't apply or shouldn't apply. So it's like if you keep saying a word like repeatedly, people just think, oh, the word doesn't mean anything anymore because it's just like abused, isn't it? But I think as long as you're not, like how some guys maybe like, I don't know how you say it, maybe like they're making up for lost time in the past or something like that. Like maybe they're like in their early 30s now, and they couldn't maybe attract when they were in their 20s, they probably couldn't attract women like around their age. So now they're a bit older, they're kind of like trying to see if that fling's still there. Because I'm on the other end.
That's not true. That's not true.
Let him finish, because Marley's 21, so it's good to get different perspectives.
Yeah. See, you're a baby, man. You ain't living.
Hold on. Let him finish. Go on.
Because I'm just saying, like, like there's been times where like, I've been out at events or whatever, and I've seen guys that are like in their 30s trying to chat to girls my age, and it's just like, it's kind of like, what were you doing when you were my age? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, were you able to kind of do your thing with girls?
I was smashing them too.
Now, maybe they were in it, but based on how they were acting, I don't think they was in it. Like, I'm just being real. So I'm just
why?
saying,
Hold on. So
Bro,
because
you're too
hold on,
young,
hold
bro.
on, hold
You're
on.
too
So
young.
because you see a guy that's 30 moving to the girls that are in your age group, you feel that that means that he couldn't get girls when he was 21.
No, I'm just putting the question out there. I'm just putting it out.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
No,
saying.
no,
I'm
that's
not
how you
saying-
feel. That's how you feel. Stop.
No, I'm not
Well,
saying
if that was
if you
the
do that.
case,
Hold
I'm
on,
not saying
one at a time.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
on.
not saying if you do this, then that means this. I'm just saying, like, I'm just throwing it out there, just saying, like, I think there is a group of guys that are like, I'm not saying they're weird, you know. I'm just saying, like,
What would be
they
the
must.
can I
problem?
respond? Can I respond to that?
Now, let me
What
just,
would
let
be
me
the
just, let me just,
problem
let me
if
just,
that were the
let me
case?
just last bit. I'm just saying that you might subconsciously be chasing like I don't know how you'd say it, but like making up for lost time kind of
Bro,
thing.
every age like beautiful women. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I don't care if I'm 50, if I'm 60, I still like a woman that looks good.
Yeah, but
women
bro,
who's 40,
what's
50
wrong with
is
that?
washed. What are you talking about?
Hold
My
on,
argument is this.
one at a time.
What's-
One at a time. Kurt, go
I
on.
never said it was wrong. I never said it was weird. I'm just pointing it out there. I'm not saying it's weird or wrong. I'm just literally just pointing it out there. You guys are just jumping on me saying, "Oh," I'm not saying this. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. You know, I'm just saying that I've seen that as a thing. I'm not saying that's the majority or anything. I'm just saying.
So you're telling me that a 20-year-old Leonardo DiCaprio doing that filming
Did I
Titanic
say Leonardo DiCaprio?
couldn't pull 20-year-olds. That's why he's 43 years old trying to pull 20-year-olds.
Do you think the guy that so the guy that I was referencing in my example, do you think he was Leonardo DiCaprio?
He doesn't
No,
need
but
to
that was
be
a good
Leonardo
example, right?
Point
DiCaprio.
about lost time, but
You're saying that some older guys deal with younger women because of lost time. So that is a perfect example. Leonardo DiCaprio
He's
dates
Leonardo
anywhere from.
DiCaprio, bro. He's not
I
an
let you
actor.
Hold on,
finish.
let him
you
finish, bro. Go on.
Right? And Leonardo DiCaprio dates from 20 to 25. He's almost 50 and still does that. So that would apply in your situation.
No, because I'm not saying every guy. If the average Joe is doing something and Leonardo DiCaprio is doing it, doesn't mean they're the same. Doesn't mean they're the same. I'm just saying that.
If you don't think it's wrong, I just don't understand why you bring it up.
Nah, because it's a part of the conversation. What do you guys don't think that? So you guys don't think you guys have never seen that as a scenario? Or
Well, it
never,
is a scenario, but that's perfectly fine. If a guy was 21, 22 and he struggled to attract the women he want, and then he kind of worked hard on himself, his career, as King Richard's always talk about the power concept, you know, his physical power, financial power, spiritual power, all that, and then he improved himself. What's wrong with him suddenly at 30 entering the
I never
dating
said it
game?
was wrong. You know, I never said it was wrong.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys do that, and I think a lot of guys do that. I think that's perfectly fine.
The point
It's
is,
perfectly fine to just disappear for 5 years, work on yourself, improve, and then enter the dating game, and you're a more attractive catch. And you're able to get what you want, whereas maybe when you were 21, you couldn't get what you want.
So what do you
Then
want to
if
date?
that's the
You
thing, then that's a
want
problem.
that? Wait, you want that guy who's 30 something to date another woman who's 30? That's what you think that he should do?
Did I say that?
No, I'm just asking.
No, he's asking you.
No,
He's
I
asking
think
you.
the other guy got what I was saying, because what you just said there, bro, is what I'm saying. Like
Well,
what
me,
you said about
Steve.
No, because
self-improvement.
what you're saying don't make no sense.
How?
That's why.
I just don't understand why you bring it up. Like, if you
Yeah,
don't
but
have
you
a
bring it up
problem
like
with
it
it,
don't make no sense.
yeah, if you don't have a problem with it, some guys do struggle with women when they're younger. And I was one of those guys.
So was I. I admit
When
it
I
as
got
well. I was as
older,
well.
when I got older, I got my game together. I got sort of, and
When I look back at my 21-year-old self, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, when I look back at my 21-year-old self, I don't blame girls for rejecting me. Because I had nothing. I hadn't even passed my driving test then. I had no confidence. I had no game. I have no knowledge of female nature. I was at uni in London, broke most of the time, obviously being a uni student. So I had nothing. So when I look back then, I don't blame the girls for dating me. But now, 15, 16 years on, I'm a much more attractive catch and I'm able to obtain what I want. And that's
Okay,
the
I
case
get
for a lot
that.
of guys.
I hear that. Yeah, that makes sense. I get that.
Do you know
some guys have
crazy
to build
thing?
that value. Then.
Hold on. You know the crazy thing about it, yeah? Because I remember, like, back in the day, yeah, like even school days, and I always remember, like, the best looking girls in my school, they always dated older boys. They always did. Them older boys will come to literally, I'm talking about in high school, you know? Them boys will come to the at the end of school, they'll come in cars to pick up girls from in my year, bro. Like, and then I used to feel some type of way about it. So I get that feeling of like, what do you mean? You guys are older guys. Why are you picking up girls in my age? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, there's an air of like,
Yeah, but then
that's not fair. Like, do you get what I'm saying? But it all, but hold on. It all comes round full circle, because at the end of the day, you're gonna grow up and you're gonna be an older guy at some point.
Yeah,
and then you'll be the one that you might want to date younger women, not girls in high school, but I'm saying,
of course,
older women. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I mean, younger women, rather. Do you get what I'm saying? And then like, boom, and then the guys that are the young, like your age, like 21, they might be looking at, how come King Richards is talking to this 23-year-old? I want to talk to her. Like, it's like, bruv, what do you mean, bro? Like, what do you mean? That don't mean I couldn't get girls. I've been getting girls since I was 13 years old, bruv.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying? Like, so it's not. Some guys can do it, bro. Some guys can just do it. Some guys can keep pushing it, and I don't need to be Leonardo DiCaprio to do it, bro.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just like that, bro.
That's why I never said it's wrong, because obviously, like, you lot are older than me, innit? So if anything, you lot can say.
No, it's good to get your point of view, though. Yeah, that's why I bring you up, because I want to hear different points of view. Like,
that's the beauty of this whole like thing we're doing it, because we can get different like opinions on different sides of it, innit? Because like you said, I might be 30 and be the guy that I was not criticizing, but looking at in like a come on, man, you know what I mean? But when I'm 30, I don't know, like looking at like visualizing my future. Do I want to be doing that when I'm 30? I don't know. I actually don't know.
Man, you so young, man. You need something. Yeah, but
no, I don't. It's not,
yeah, you're gonna want to, because
like, I'm just saying. I don't, like,
when I was younger,
well, I guess it begs the question: what age is a woman's prime then? Based on what the guy just said, then what age are women at their best? What range are we talking? And what do you guys think? What age range are we talking?
18, like 27, 29.
Yeah, basically under 30, 28, 29. That's when it's
okay.
Because you know what it is? Like the young boy, he's 21. What he's gonna realize by the time you get to our age, he's gonna look at all those girls that he used to think that was bad, and then look like aunties and fat, and he's gonna be like, "Damn, yeah, I ain't fucking dating these old women."
Yeah, I think because you're 21, bro. You can be
21. You don't know that exactly. He just
you're too young, bro. When I was 21, bro, I knew nothing.
Hold on, one voice. Let
me finish real quick. Wait till you start hitting like 30, and then you see those same girls all chubby, had a baby or two, and they all fat. You're gonna be like, I ain't dating these women my age. You're gonna feel like that. Trust me, you're gonna feel like that.
And another thing as well is when you're 21, you know nothing about life. You're so young. When I look back at my 21-year-old self, I knew nothing back then. I knew nothing. 15, 16 years ago, I knew nothing. Now I'm much wiser and smarter. So you will think differently as you get old and gain more life experience and get more wisdom and get wiser and get smarter. So how do you think now?
Just look at your parents. I know. If your parents did not meet in college, most of the time, your mom is like 10 years younger than your father. I could go through a whole family lineage. Everybody's aunties is younger than their husbands. Like my father was still having babies in the 50s, and like, come on, like you're gonna realize when you get older, you're not gonna want to date these old women that's past their prime.
Do you know what? Do you know what's so crazy though? Like, what these lot is saying is true, you know, because like now when I see people I used to go to school with and that, and it's like, I used to think you was hot, like, and it's like you are a different person now. Like you can't even chat to me. Like I used to look to you, but now you're looking at me, and I'm looking away. Bro, you get what I'm saying? It's like that, bro.
King, I had this conversation. Hold on, I had this conversation with my boy the other day, because we were talking about like when we was in college and shit. We played football. He was like, "Yo, my ex in college, I would be ashamed to even say I smashed." And we was crying because she got like 2-3 kids. She looked fat, and then mind you, she was slim, ran track in college with us. So he was like, "Yo, I can't even tell niggas I used to hit that." And I'm me crying over the phone. I'm like, "Yo, I'm telling you, son. I'm telling you." When you get older, just keep yourself in shape, make your bread, and the world is yours. Any age.
That's why I always tell you guys. That's why I always tell guys on my channel. Make sure you stay in shape. Physical power. Always stay in shape, bro.
Take it from me, like I noticed what's crazy is I could still pull something cute, but like my results were definitely better. So I'll be hitting the gym soon. I'm hitting the gym today, actually. But yeah,
Son, gym working out is the only fountain of youth. I tell women that all the time. Like every girl I deal, I'm like, yo, listen, I don't want to hear no Botox. I don't want to hear all this bullshit. Diet, exercise, only thing that keep you young.
Diet and exercise keep you young. And I'll say this. Let me just say this as well. Let me add as well. Just like I don't drink alcohol. If you can try and not drink alcohol and don't smoke, bruv, like that will make you're gonna see people the same age as you, they're just gonna start looking old quick because they're excessive drinking, smoking, doing all this crazy stuff, eating burgers and fries all day, like bro.
Try not to wife girls that drink and smoke and shit either.
Oh, absolutely not.
Don't wife girls. Don't wife girls. I'm gonna keep it a beam with a man that had experience, man. Women, like, it's fun in the beginning and shit, but yo, that's just a bad habit for any female. Just like every good girl in my life, they didn't drink.
Yeah,
they didn't drink, and they freaking had God in their life. They know what the Bible was about. Anything outside of that, run away.
Or they like partying. Any of them.
God,
all right, take care, bro.
God, and she don't believe in God, and she don't drink and all. That's a good sign. Anything that past that, you better just be cautious.
And make sure they like try to get girls that don't not really interested in partying. They're not really into partying, bro.
Or Instagram. If they're like, if they social media is their life. It's gonna ruin you as a man. Trust me. They're gonna want to put everything online. They're gonna do shit they're gonna just make your life miserable. Like, attention seeking women are the worst.
Yeah.
Like, do not entertain those.
Facts. Hey, Randy, what you got to add to the conversation, bro? Randy. All right. So what else? Yeah, go on, Dean.
I was going to say, what you guys were talking about just probably about 2 or 3 minutes ago, it goes back to what I was saying. Like, women hold the power when they're younger. In terms of like, that's when they're. I don't know if you guys like the term SMV, but that's when their SMV is higher. Let's say I would say up to 35. Women, that's when they hold their power.
Man, 35 is a stretch. But go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I think up to 35 is fair if they look after themselves.
There's outliers after 30.
Yeah,
but it's 35, not. I don't think that's the typical. That's not typical though.
Yeah, it's not typical. And 80% of the
35 too high, guys. You think that's too high?
I'm saying 80%.
I wouldn't say it's too high. But I would say I wouldn't say it's too high, but I'd say that it's more outliers where you start talking after like 33, 34, this like outliers. Like some people just got good genes in it. Some people just got excellent genes in it. But I think typically a lot of people, they fall off at 30, man. 28 even. They're falling off at 28.
28, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you like snow bunnies.
Yep. Oh, they're cooked, wrinkled.
Bro, 25, bro. Some of them are gone.
23, they might be done. And that's what they tell you.
And that's real talk. That's not even. That's well known.
Why do you think white people so petty on the low? That why you think? Because of that reason. They know by the time they're 21, they start aging like milk.
It's 21. That's so young, man.
Nah, no, I wouldn't say 21. But I'd say, once they get to like, depending on the lifestyle they've had, if they've been partying, drinking, smoking, doing whatever, bro, like by 25, 26, you're gonna see the mileage. You're gonna see the mileage, bro. You get what I'm saying?
Well, this is the thing, bro. This is the thing, right? If you guys are saying, like, let's go with 28. If you guys are saying that most women are kind of past it by 28, and we've kind of said earlier in the conversation, you can't really go below, if you're in your 30s, you can't really go below 23 because that would look a bit odd. Then there's not much of an age range to deal with there, is there, really, when you think about it?
No, but
I'm just saying prime. Like
prime, typical.
I'm not going to reject a woman 35 because,
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about peak, like their peak.
Like optimal. Do you get what I'm saying? But like, obviously there's outliers. If you meet an outlier, I mean, you're not going to say no, really. Like, because it works, innit? But if someone was to ask you, what do you think? What is the prime years? These are the prime years, innit? Like, this is what typically is the prime years.
What, 18 to 28?
Yep.
I'd say to 30. I'd say to 30.
Just do round number 30. Just do round numbers to make it easy.
Yeah, okay. Fair.
And that is a long time, bruv. That's a lot of generations there. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
women,
what the hell?
That's a long time. Women would go through miscarriages and deletions and all that before they hit 30. So I'm telling you, that's
It's
a long
really
time. That's a long
true.
time. That's a long time. Trust me.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the reason why Red Pill always say 25 or under, because when they meet a woman, they don't want to be that second guy who she already been heartbroken and she already went through
the roller coaster.
addiction. Yeah, she already been scarred up. You don't want to you don't want to deal. You don't want to be sitting down on the couch looking at the show when you mention something about deletions and she start getting all sad and telling you. Yeah, you don't want
It's
that.
funny what you said that, actually, because I was speaking to a girl at my workplace. You get some really good insights when you have conversations with women. Carrying on from what you just said about deletions, then the amount of women who have abortions behind their boyfriend's back and they don't even know. It's really common, and I didn't know this until I started having conversations with women. I didn't know, but that's a different conversation.
This is why people who have money. This is why the Red Pill talk crazy like that. Like, I get it. It's just that they need to stay away from the 18. They just gotta push the number up so you can sound.
Yeah,
reasonable.
like
right?
if a guy talks about 18, then I'm not gonna lie, I'll start to look at it a bit weird. Like, why 18, 19, don't even, there's no need to even mention them. We know what the legal age is, but let's keep it to where men, we know what, do you know what I mean? Like, we know that 21 is where we're really thinking, and really it's 23 and up. Do you get what I'm saying? We don't need to talk about 18, 19, because man. Nah, that's not us. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, this age gap.
What would you say for girls? What would you say is the equivalent for girls?
What is it, the man's prime?
There's no equivalent for girls. There's no equivalent for girls.
It's not the same.
Why?
It's not the same because
explain why.
Because taking advantage of a guy.
No, it's because of resources. Like, as long as you have your bread together, I swear because I live in New York City. I've been living. When I was in my late 20s, I was living in Midtown Manhattan. I didn't have to do anything. All I had to do, I live on 29th and Lexington when I meet a girl in the street or outside. They come to my apartment, like, oh my God, they don't know what I do for a living. All you need is to bring back spot. You just have your whip. As long as you have your shit together, the world is your oyster. I'm telling you. That's what you gotta do when you're young. Just work on your shit, make your bread.
Don't let yourself go physically, bro. Like, that's it, bro. Like, that's it.
This is the key difference, right? Can I just explain the key difference between a men's prime and a women's prime? A woman's prime, we talk about her looks and her fertility. Once they're gone forever. But for a man's prime, it's based on things like ability to lead, protect, provide, money, career success. You can lose everything and build it back up again. You can lose all your money, your empire, and build it back up again. Once a woman's infertile, that's it. Once she gets to 35, 36, and she's infertile, she can't get that fertility back. If you lose your money, you can get your money back. You can build again.
And bro, forget the baby thing. Their looks is gone. They weight.
Their looks, that's what I was thinking. Their looks is gone. Yeah,
they get out of shape. Yeah, that's what it is. Like, if you don't go to, okay, let me tell you this. What I learned in college, after 25, you start losing muscle every year. You get older. You just lose 1%. You just lose 1%. So if you're not working out and maintaining that, the best way to lose body fat is to have muscle. Muscle burns body fat. That's the only way. The only way you could do it. So women don't work out. They're just gonna get fatter and fatter as they age, and then the looks fade. The looks fade faster with women. That's why they say 30. Usually people who don't work out, by the time they hit 30, they're already cooked.
Yeah. Let me ask. Yeah. I want to ask Mally this because, and then I'm gonna let Randy get in the convo. Yeah. Because obviously you're 21, so you're around the younger women, right?
Yeah.
What did they say about this? What is the younger women's views on this? If you've heard any opinions, what are the opinions?
Would they do it?
Dating older women. What did they think of older men or dating older men?
Yeah,
what did they talk about it?
Yeah, they're down for that, 100%. 100%. Like, even there's this one woman at work. Actually, she got married when she was 19, and the guy was 25. So obviously that's like a 6-year age gap, whatever. Obviously she's like 31 now, and he is, what was he like?
36, 37.
Yeah,
That ain't
so
no
it's like
age
year
gap,
40.
bro.
That's not even that major, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So
ain't nothing.
that's what I'm saying. But because like obviously he's like taken all of what you were saying about primes, yeah. Based on what you lot are saying, he's basically taken all of her prime years from like the 20 to the 31, innit? That's like all of her best years, innit? But obviously they don't have any kids. They don't have any kids. The marriage is kind of dying down now. It's kind of like I think it's a thing where he knows that like he's had her best years, innit? So he's kind of like from now on it's just kind of dead, innit? You know what I'm saying?
He's dealing with the depreciating assets.
Yeah, once you reach capacity, it's kind of just like do you not agree with that as well? Like once we reach capacity with a girl, we kind of just give up a little bit. Not give up, but like,
no, I mean
not give up, but like
no, that situation a little messed up. I feel bad for her, but yeah, if there's no kids involved, I don't even know how marriages stay strong.
Yeah, I don't see the point of being married. You're not gonna have
I
kids.
don't see the point of having
What's the
a
point?
marriage if you don't have no kids, man.
Yeah, what's the point?
But yeah, girls definitely date older guys though. Back to the point, 100%.
All right, Randy, what have you got to say?
What's the topic again? Because obviously my thing was playing up. I apologize.
It's the age gap, innit? And older men dating younger women, innit?
Oh, as of the age gap thing, I would say, okay, one of the reasons why I would say some older man would prefer younger women is because some older women, to be fair, they do come with like baggage, whether it's emotional baggage of trauma in the past, or maybe they come with kids from next man. And a lot of older guys, they probably don't want to deal with that stress, so they may go for a younger woman. And another thing is that obviously there's certain ladies where they get to a certain age, maybe they get into their 30s, they don't age well, they don't look as good as they used to. Obviously, not all ladies. Some ladies age very well, but you do get certain girls where when they're younger, they were lang in their 20s, but in their 30s, maybe they just let themselves go, whether it's due to not working now or bad eating diet, just all them different factors coming in as to why some older men may prefer younger women. Because
so when you hear and big up to Randy for he did a super chat. He says, bro, my audio's playing up and he's back in the conversation. And big up to Daniel for the super chat. He says, how have you man touched on 10-year age gap yet? 10-year age gap, freaking it, bruv.
That was gonna be my next question actually. What is, when we talk about age gap dating, what is the definition? What is it, 8 years, 10 years? What's the actual definition?
They say is like a lot of men, older men are wired to like girls and the younger girls. So obviously girls in the 20s, a lot of people would consider that to be in their prime. I think girls in their 20s, they're like considered in their prime. Whereas a man in their 30s, they're considered to be in their prime, 30s and up, because obviously some girls, they like older men because older men, they're more experienced, they're able to provide more and more mature, all them kinds of stuff. Just all them reasons. Only thing.
Let me ask Mally this, because Randy, hold on, bro. Randy, how old are you?
Oh, 30, 995. Yeah.
Okay, because I want to make sure, because Mali's the youngest one in it, yeah. So in terms of like being like 21, yeah, like what in your opinion, what does the typical 21-year-old offer? Like, what advantage would a girl have dating a 21-year-old guy over a 30-year-old plus guy? What is the advantage a girl would get? A woman would get, young woman would get.
Okay.
I would say the guy in his
Hold on, I'm asking Mally, bro. Go on.
So you're okay. So I think
I would say the guy in his 30s.
Bro, I'm asking Mally.
Oh, sorry, bro. Apologies.
Go on. It's all right. Go on.
The main thing I would say is like relatability. Because what do you say? 30-year-old guy and a 21-year-old, you say?
Yeah. So if she had two guys, one guy's the same age as her, 21, or another guy that's 30 years old plus. He could be older than that even. So what do you think?
Yeah, I think the main thing would be like a gap in relatability, because they're like what would you say like a generation is, like 5 years, 10 years? So they're
five, 10 years.
Okay, so there would be 2 generations apart. So like when they were in school, the other person was deep in like working, so they're so far apart in terms of like life experience that I think the gap would maybe be a bit too big. But I think that's the main thing, like the lack of relatability. just in terms of like general conversation.
Would you
what
say
how
that's
they-
the
how
only
they view the
thing?
world.
Would
No,
you say that's
that's the main thing? That's the main thing.
All right, give us another thing then.
Another thing would probably be 30-year-old guy. It depends. If the
I only
30-year-old
think
guy
it's one
has-
thing, bro.
Huh?
I only think it's the one thing you said, the relatability. I think besides that, there's nothing else, bruv.
The money.
Let me just finish.
But go on.
It depends on the 30-year-old guy and how he's done so far in it. Because there's 30-year-old guys that have done really, really well, but there's also 30-year-old guys that are just kind of robbed out, kind of. It depends.
Yeah, but typically the 21-year-old guy is not going to have much anyway. So if you want to, if we can even do that, the averages, like on average, on average, I think a 30-year-old guy is going to be doing better than a 21-year-old guy.
Okay, yeah.
On average.
Yeah. So okay, relatability. Yeah, I think that's. I'm trying to think. Yeah, okay, but I just think that gap's just so. It's not even how big the gap is. It's just like there's so much space in between how like relatable you would talk on things. It's just different. But yeah, that's what I think. But I might think of something else and just pop in with it though.
All right, no worries. Does anyone want to add anything to that?
I agree somewhat because when you start thinking 10, 15 years, yeah, it's a little bit of teaching you have to do. So, but I think
But that's not a bad thing though.
But it's not a bad thing. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather do that than to deal with trauma. I'd rather you be like, yo, I never seen this movie before. All right, let's go watch it. Instead of you be like, oh, yeah, we both seen it together when we both was 22 years old. I don't give a fuck. Like, come on, like, let me go teach you what this movie's about. We can go see it again. I don't mind watching the movie twice. Like,
think about it.
Or worse. She saw it with the ex-boyfriend. She's seen it with another boyfriend before.
Exactly.
And as men, we're supposed to lead as well. We're supposed to lead. If you got a woman who's the same age as you or even older than you, it's hard to lead her. Because naturally she's going to be thinking, well, I'm older than you. I've got more life experience than you. You can't lead me. Whereas if you're dealing with someone maybe 10 years younger than you, as a man, you're to lead. And because you're that much older, you're naturally going to be in that leadership position anyway. Men are supposed to lead in relationships. But if you've got two people the same age or the woman's older, you've got the power struggle. The woman's trying to take the position of leadership, So that's another thing as well. I don't think, to answer the question earlier, a 20-year-old man has no advantage over a 30-year-old man. None at all. The 30-year-old man should be, if he's done the right thing and done what he's supposed to do in his life, he's going to be better in all areas. Finances, his mental state, his ability to lead, protect, provide. He's got his money from career, blah, blah, blah. The 20-year-old man can't compete. And that's why the women go for the older men. They can't compete.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
But I would admit, if I want to be honest, if we want to like have like families and if I want to just keep it 100, I believe people should get married. If you want to get married, I believe you should get married younger. Like two people meet in college, and I believe that's like the best way to do it, so you can grow together. And even if you fail, at least you fail at an age where you could rebuild. Because it's bad. The messed up part with men is when men marry and then 10 years later they fail and they're already in their 40s and they got to give up the house and start over. That sucks. But at least if you fail, if you started in your 20s and you get married and you fail, at least you could be like early 30s and we could start over.
So are you saying that you're saying a guy should think about getting married in his 20s to what? Like so let's say he's 22, what? He should get married at 22.
I would say that's the most optimal. No, I'm okay. This is what I would say. Because the concept of marriage is to raise a family, right?
Yeah.
So I will say younger is better for two young adults to go through that stage, that process together, instead of, that woman just out there, waiting around. And say she doesn't meet an older guy. I think that two younger people should go through that experience together at a younger age and wait too much longer. Even for the man, because I could honestly say that it even gets harder for men too as well if you don't have your shit all the way together. So it's not like the men are just oblivious to finding a good woman too. So I believe men and women should have that mindset together at a younger age if you want to have a better society. to say, not just have
Don't
people
you
out
think
there.
that in our current society they'd be cooked?
No. The reason why I won't say it's cooked because the society that we in now, it takes two income to even survive. See, this is why we in this problem right now. Like back when our father's age, they could buy a house for 200,000, get married, get divorced, and go buy another house for 250. But
Even
now,
less than that.
that's what I'm saying. So now in New York City, the average house is $1 million. Like you can't buy that on one income. This is impossible. Like this
Yeah,
is
but
where
even
we at now.
even with that being said, when I say they're cooked, I'm not necessarily talking about finances. As I'm just talking about like the way people like don't really respect each other in relationships. People don't respect other people's relationships. Like for instance, like I think, I could be wrong, but I think that people kind of had respected. Oh, have you got a man? Okay, all right, you got a man, cool. Whereas like even if a woman says she got a man, guys are still trying hard. They're pressuring. They're trying to bang other man's girls and stuff like that. Like, and then not even that, because at the end of the day, men are gonna try your woman no matter what. But just with the way society is, with the Instagrams and sneaky links and the way the mindset of people now, it's just
You're right. You're 100% right,
it's kind of
because
fucked.
even when I graduated from college, people under 30 were getting married at like a 30-40% clip in America. Now in 2026, marriages under 30 and under are like at 18%. That's a big ass deal. Do you understand how big of a drop that is?
Yeah, it's huge.
People not getting married no more, and if you don't do it when you're young, I feel like it's just hard for both sides, to be honest. Because
I just think if people get married that young, is the marriage is gonna end in divorce, bro. I think it'll end.
but look, the marriage ends in divorce anyway. To be honest, like that's my point.
So what's the point then?
No. I'm saying
King Richard is right, and let me explain why.
Let me explain. If you believe in marriage, like if that's what you want, marriage, if that's what you want to have a marriage and have a kid. I believe the best optimal way is when you find your girl younger. Hopefully, that's the best. I'm just saying that's the best fairy tale outcome. I'm not saying that's gonna happen because we're in society now, but I believe that's the only way it could work. Because if you just wait, that's where we at
I think
right
it's better
now.
to wait, because when you're older, when you're like 22, you're so young, you're still immature. When you're like 31, you're so much more mature. So you're able to deal with the pressures of marriage. You're able to deal with any crisis, because there's going to be crisis in your marriage no matter what.
Exactly.
Right? There's always problems. So if you're 31, you are more of a mature mind. So you and your wife are able to deal with those crises, whatever that may be. Whereas 22, you're not able to deal with that, and that's going to put pressure on the marriage.
The only reason I say that because most men are not gonna. Most men don't do what they have to do to be able to have their pick of the litter when they're in their 30s and 40s. If you want to be honest, I'm just being honest, because everybody's not gonna be like King Richard, 6 feet tall, like me. I was an athlete. I'm over 6 feet. I could do that, but not everybody can do that. So I believe that normal people, which is everybody in this world, everybody works a 9 to 5. I believe more optimal for don't try to. You don't have to be a fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. Just find your woman. Y'all both find you go to college, find you your college girlfriend, just fucking get married, bro. And then don't even try. Like, I'm telling you, I'm just saying.
Can I chime in?
Yeah, let Mike, let someone else speak. Mike, go on.
All right, so the American guy, I don't know your name, sorry. But I actually agree with you on getting married very early, because I think as you get older as a man, especially in this society, because this society is it's finished, it's going downhill. I genuinely believe, like, if you get your shit together, you get money, status, whatever, right? You are not going to attract a girl that truly, truly likes you. I just don't see it. And I'm not even someone that's in my 30s yet or whatever, but I genuinely don't believe in this whole thing about getting all your shit together and then finding the girl, because I don't believe that girl is going to like you the same way she is when you are younger. I feel like when you're younger, it's a little bit more genuine. That's all I wanted to just say.
I get that. I get his point.
I hear that.
Can I just rebuttal?
Yeah, Catalyst, go on.
Yeah, real quick. I totally agree with you, because if I'm gonna just give you a little bit of me, how I feel. I should have got married to my college sweetheart. That's the only woman I could like. They're like, damn, she was a good one. She was, you know, she wasn't a whore. I took her V card. All the other girls, I'm just passing around. And then when you get old, you graduate from college, you just being in the streets, you just like, damn, all these women are whores. And it's like, you like get to the point now, it's like, now I'm gonna have to go find me, you know, a younger chick that's not, you know, ran through and shit like that. That's what I'm saying. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I'm not complaining because I have choice. I could, you know, basically, I feel I could get what I want. But for most people, they're not gonna have that ability because they're not 6 foot tall. They don't make good money. They're not, you know, it's gonna be harder for most people. That's why my suggestion is just for most people, not like, you know, the select that every woman wants.
I get what you mean. You're saying for the average man. You're saying the average man should probably just get settled down as quick as possible.
Yes, the average man should do that. That's your best bet, because if you're not gonna put in that work, if you don't have that, you know, if women don't find you attractive since you were younger, they're not gonna just magically find you attractive when you get older. I'm gonna keep it a beat.
Ooh, that's I actually understand that point too.
They will if you get your stuff together, they can.
Yo, I know what I'm saying. You get your stuff together. I understand the power dynamic. I understand that, but we gotta bring in a little bit of natural selection in there too. Like, you have to, like, for most people, I'm talking about the average Joe.
Well, let's be honest. A marriage is a transaction that both people want something from. Yeah. So when we talk about a woman doesn't, you know, if does she genuinely like you? If you're 31, you've got this money and status and all this kind of stuff. Well, at the end of the day, yeah, you have to be in real world. Women are hypergamous, and that's what they want.
Yeah. No, I'm not agreeing with that part. I'm just saying my point of view, just from like the average person. Like, I believe like the average person should just. Most people should just like, yo, find you your girl at a young age, lock it up. Don't try to be a superhero out here. And you know, but the thing is that the women mindset changed so much. It's just hard because we just effed up in this society now. Like, the internet, social media just destroyed everything.
Yeah.
But
let Catalyst get in the conversation. Catalyst, what you gotta say?
I was just gonna say, like, to do with the whole age gap thing. I was gonna ask, like, how many people are like actually dating girls younger than them?
On the panel.
I was, until November, I was.
What? Okay. Repeat the question. I'm sorry.
I was just asking how many people were actually dating people that's younger than them.
Oh yeah.
I was until November.
Yeah.
38, 27 was the ages, my age and her age. 38, 27.
Okay. So then, what was the primes you guys were talking about? Like 25.
What for women?
I said from like about 23 up to about 35, but all the other guys were saying much younger than 35, which is probably fair to be.
Well, my thing is that it's like, is this being put into practice though, or because like if you're just talking theoretically, I mean, I'm in my late 20s now, and being 20 does not feel, I mean, most of you guys are probably a bit older than me. It doesn't feel that long ago. To the guy that's like 20, 21 right now, your 20s is going to go super fast, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's insane how fast that shit goes. And when I talk to girls now that are like 20, it's weird because we're in the same generation, technically, being in Gen Z, but I do feel a gap, even though I'm still not that much older than them. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's weird that even within that space of time, it's like I do feel a bit of a, like, there's certain things, once you go past a certain age, it's like there's certain things you don't relate to as much. And I don't think that means you can't have a relationship or have a family or anything like that. And I'm not someone who's going to say not to do the age gap thing, but I just think it's easy to say it on paper, but it's like I was saying the last time when we were talking about marriage and I was saying about goals changing a lot, young women are the most susceptible to that. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're going to be getting a goal and she's 20 and 21, bro, like when she's 25, 26, I mean,
you're a different person.
A lot of you guys are older. You know yourself. You just said it yourselves. Like a lot of those women that you were one way when they were younger and changed for the worse when they got older. So if you did wife up a lot of those women, you'd have to make sure like she stayed on point. And the way how a lot of women today think, they don't want a guy telling them what to do and controlling them and this, that. And even when she's 20, 21, she might be cool with it. But we see it all the time with guys where it was all good at one point. You know what I mean? Like you got women who back in the day, in the 90s or whatever, were cool with certain guys. And then they want to come out now in the social media era and be like, oh, I was under duress. I didn't actually want to do this. Like, bro. So I think I don't think there's anything wrong with the age gaps. Like, I don't have an issue with it personally, but I do think if you're older, you got to kind of, I'd say to be cautious about why the woman's getting with you.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this, bro. Let me ask you this. Hold on. Hold on. Let me ask Catalyst this, yeah? Like, what is the youngest woman you would date and what's the oldest woman you would date? In fact, I want to ask all of you guys, what's the oldest woman you would date as well? Yeah, so Catalyst, what's the youngest woman you would date and what's the oldest? And then I want to know what the oldest woman all of you lot would date.
At my age now, I'd probably go at most like a year or two older than me. But even then, I don't know. My biggest problem is the baggage thing. That's something I really don't fucking like. So it's kind of hard for me to
proving our point.
Yeah, but like I said though, that's not. I mean, I'm still in my 20s though. Like, it's not. If I'm talking to a girl 22, 23, she's not looking at it like I'm her dad. There's a difference when you're a 45-year-old man trying to approach her. And trust me, they do think differently about it.
Yeah,
trust me, they don't view it the same way. Like, so you know what I mean? Like, when you're still within that range, I can say 20. You know what I mean? And the 20-year-old's not going to look at that mad. Whereas in about 10 years from now,
bro,
boy.
Can I tell you something? The only young women who talk shit about age gap dating are the ones that's not attracted to that older man. They talking about the older men who have bare bellies and out of shape, and when they meet that guy, they going. Trust me. I never met a girl who I talked to and they asked me, "Oh, how old are you?" That shit be happening after I already smashed, or like days later and shit. They be like, "Oh shit, I didn't know you was 35. I thought you was 29 and shit like that." Like, they don't give a fuck.
I think that's a good point. Again, it goes back to who is the guy? Which guy are we talking about? Because it's like, if he's a guy, like, for instance, yeah, if we got, for instance, Anthony Joshua, yeah, how old is he, bro? Like do you get what I'm saying? He's like 35 years old.
36.
He's 36. He's 36 years old. Even if he wasn't famous boxer Anthony Joshua, but he looked exactly the same, bro, he could pull younger women easy, bro. Like, they're not gonna say, nah, oh, you're 36. They're not gonna say that, bro. But if it was flipping average Joe, flipping pub with a belly, 36, then he's gonna be like, you're old dude, leave me alone, go away. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So it's it depends, bro. Like, it depends, trust me.
But to answer your question, King, to answer your question that you asked all of us, I'm 38. My range is as young as 23 and up to my age, which is 30. Well, I would say a bit younger than me, actually.
You wouldn't date a woman older than you?
No, I wouldn't. No.
You date a 23-year-old, yeah?
Yeah, I would go. That's the absolute youngest I'd go. That's the limit.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's the absolute limit. I wouldn't even have a one-night stand with someone below 23. Not even a one-night stand. That's the limit. 23, because I'm late 30s, so that's the limit for me. 22, is that fair? Is that fair, or is that weird, or what do you think?
No, that's fair. That's fair. I'm 39. Like, I'm 30. I'm gonna give my view. I'm 39. And yeah, I'll do like 23, 24, 25, and then up to, like, low 30s. I don't even want to push it to 35. Like, I'll do that range, because let me tell you something else too. This overrated.
You wouldn't mess with a woman older than you?
Hell no, you crazy?
No,
that's
no.
Even if she was good looking, what if she was really good looking?
Okay. Are we asking just to play with, or are we talking about, like?
I'm just saying in general. I'm adding to it as I go along. So if the woman was really good looking, an outlier, like Bernice Burgos.
No. Of course,
Bernice Burgos. She's old, bruv, but she looks good.
Yeah, no. I'll definitely entertain. I'm talking about, if you want to talk about, like, I'm gonna, like, try to, like, date you and shit, like I don't know.
There's a massive difference between a one-night stand and actual dating, so that's what we need to establish.
But no. Let me finish my point. I think it's the maturity thing is so overrated. I feel like when women hit, like, mid-20s, they ain't maturing any more than that. If I'm gonna keep it 100, I'm gonna keep it 100% facts, which with everybody.
So you think a 25-year-old woman thinks the same as a 35-year-old woman?
No. I'm saying the maturity part. I'm saying, like, there's not gonna be some great gap. Like, oh my God, now she's 35. Now she's so smart and intelligent. Like, if she wasn't intelligent at 25, she's not gonna be more intelligent at 35. Or you're gonna have it just more requirements, more baggage, more. Oh, I ain't gonna do this for you because the last 5 people fucked me over type shit. That's the only difference you getting. All this maturity, like relatability. Come on, bro.
That's an
Like,
interesting point. Still, that's a very interesting point.
Like that relatability shit is too overrated, man. First of all, we don't like the same shit most of the time girls do anyway. You know what I have girls come here, they want to watch these dumbass Netflix shows and all this stupid goofy shit. Like, I don't want to do that dumb shit. I'm doing it because I'm just here just to entertain. Like, I don't care about that stupid shit. I want to watch my Marvel movies. Yeah, then
you made a really good point there, and I agree with that as well. This whole you can relate more to her if she's similar age. We're men and women. We like different things. We're men.
That's true.
We like different shit.
Women like Love Island and all that kind of stuff.
They like all that crap. I'm telling you. They want to come to my apartment. They want to come to my apartment and Adil, you should get a tree. You should get plants and all this goofy shit. You think I can fuck about plants? Like, come on. That's women. We're not the same. So that shit is overrated with all this. One of the reasons why I said I don't want to go too young because the maturity part. Like when you 21, 20, 21, you still in college, you still hanging out with all your friends, you partying. I'm not doing that goofy shit. But by the time a woman gets to like 23, 24, 25, you shouldn't be out here clubbing every week. You shouldn't be partying with your friends every week. You shouldn't be going to the
they're
bar.
still out there, bro. They're still out there.
No, I'm saying like I'm not attracted to those kind of girls, period.
Okay.
So when I meet a girl that's 23, 24, 25, most likely she's not moving that way because I won't even entertain her. That'll be a weekend. Yeah. Go back to the streets. But
all right, cool. Hey, Mali. So when he said that, I think it was Dean said that he would date a girl 23, and you seem to have an objection to that. Like,
I don't have an objection.
Did you think it's weird?
No, I don't think it's weird, but I can't see into the future in it. So when I'm 38, you are Dean.
That's right, yeah.
Like for me, when I'm 38, like would I imagine my 38-year-old self dating a 23-year-old? I would say no, for me personally. But who knows? I could get to 38 and I could say, you know what, that guy Dean from years ago, he was right, you know.
Listen.
I think I will.
I didn't think so either, but I'm just going outside living my life. And if she's pushing up on me, I knew she was younger. I knew she was younger, but if she giving me choosing, I'm not gonna just leave it on the table.
Let me do the math. 38 and 23 is what's that? 15 years.
Yes. Yeah, that's nothing. That's nothing.
Well, you lot got kids.
No. Look.
Can I ask a question?
Wait, Dean. Wait, hold on. Dean, have you got kids?
No kids. No.
Okay, I think that's a caveat, you know, because I think Dean. I think if you had kids, it might be a bit. I think if you had kids young, then you might think differently a little bit.
That's a good point. Yeah. I agree. I think that's a good point.
You might be like, you know what, this girl was like not far off my kid's age or something.
Yeah.
Not like that. Not
like that, but not like that. Not in a mad way, but like. Yeah. Like my kid is this age, and then I'm gonna date a girl that she's a young woman, but the age is not that different. It's not. There's not enough difference between you and my kid.
But listen, if I'm 39, that means I would have to have my kid when I was like 20 years old.
That happens all the time, bro. What do you mean?
No. I'm saying to even have that kind of thought process. My child, I would have to have my kid like 15, 16 years ago. So that's still a mute point for me.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
So the guys that are 30 and above, I've got a question for you guys. Do you guys reckon you have the same, what's the word they use for women that are like they're just not it anymore when they get older? What's that word again?
Not attracted. Not attracted.
What's that red pill word that they use for women? Like she's
hit the wall.
She's not in her prime. Hit the wall, yes.
Yeah,
do you think men hit the wall? Because I think once you get into your 30s, I'm 28, but I'm looking at it like, man, I can't even lie to you. Yeah, I don't have a disdain for women, but as I'm getting older, I'm kind of like, I don't really give a shit. Like, I don't care about formal relationships.
That's not hitting the wall, though.
I've not finished the question.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm saying that as you get older, you guys don't have kids. Do you not reckon it's going to get worse if you don't try and figure something out in the next 2 to 3 years?
Of course. No, I'm not going to try to be out here trying to be an old man, single and shit forever. I'm just saying, look, the wall for men is really about you not taking care of yourself and working on your finances. That's the only ball for
But do you
men.
not think a 43-year-old man still just out here dating and talking to different? Is that not hitting the wall, bro? Even if you look good, it's kind of like, what have you been doing,
bro?
What have you been doing?
No, I get that point. I get his point.
Bro, it's not the
I don't
same
think
for
so.
men.
No, because
look,
when
okay,
wait,
wait,
Hold on. Listen, hey. Let's one voice at a time, please.
Let me say something since I'm probably like one of the oldest ones here.
But let me just shout out the super chat quickly. Big up Devil Games for the super chat. He says most older women mentally don't age past 25. All right, big up Devil Games for the super chat. Now carry on, bro.
As an older man, if I'm ready to settle down and have a family, I would not want to have a family with a woman my age. So it wouldn't. That's like a mute point.
That's not what I'm saying.
Can I answer the question? I understand your question. Can I answer it?
Go on.
The wall is different for men and women. When we talk about the wall for women, we're talking about her fertility, her looks. We're both against the clock because we're all going to die one day. So we're all against the clock. But women, the clock is more against women because their thing that's attractive, that makes them attractive to us, is looks and fertility. And by the time you get to your mid-30s, or as you guys said earlier, 28, it's over for them. What makes us attractive to women is completely different. So even though we're both against the clock, men and women, they're against the clock more.
Facts.
I understand that, but in reality, when I go out, and whoever's from the UK here will understand what I'm talking about. When you go out to Shoreditch or Mayfair and you're just chilling and you talk to a guy and like, oh, how old are you? Oh, I'm 38, I'm 40. And you're like, bro, I'm not even trying to judge. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like, what are you doing here?
Yeah,
like not in a judgmental way, but it's like,
I hear that.
Why are we in exactly? Why are we in the same room? Is dating that bad? Is dating that bad?
No, I hear that.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
wait, what set you talking about? Like in a club or something?
It's like an event,
a club or a day party, an event.
Any event.
Well, most guys my age aren't going nightclubs. That's the start of that. We don't go to places where there's an older audience. So we wouldn't be in the club anyway. But I understand the point you're making. But the truth of the matter is, if you're out there looking for a partner, as long as you're in an environment where it's older women, like not like clubbing university tunes, but older women, there's nothing wrong with that. You won't look out of place there. I wouldn't go out and think, oh, what's this guy doing here? Because I'm in the same place as him. So what am I doing then?
Yeah, bro. I think it really matters where you are, because if I'm out somewhere and everybody's 21 and 22, yeah, that's weird. But
yeah, that's weird. Yeah.
Because let me give you an example. Like in New York City, if you go like to like the Lower East Side, that's where all the college kids are. Then they're gonna be like 21, 22, college and shit. Yeah, you look like a predator down there. But anywhere else, man, I'm telling you, once you hit 25, I think it's just out in the open after that. It don't matter. Yeah, it don't matter.
I agree with that.
I agree.
Because even a 25-year-old girl going to a club where there's 21-year-olds, even she would probably feel like, wow, this is a bit of a young crowd for me.
I'm telling you.
Do you get what I'm saying?
It's true. It's
and then most of the time, especially in different cultures, like you come here, like Dominicans and Spanish, they be 21 dating 42. I'll talk to this girl. She was like, cause I was probably like early 30s at that time, and she was like 22, 23. And I was like, yo, who's the oldest guy you ever dated? She was like, yo, my last man was 42. I'm like, 42?
That's crazy.
Mind you, I'm like 32, wild. 33. I'm like, but that's a culture thing too.
Yeah.
So do you guys think that do you think we'll ever get love as men?
Love? No, you don't get no love. Love? You said L-O-V-E?
L-O-V-E.
Man, get that word out your mouth right now.
That's for kids and dogs, bro. That's for kids and dogs.
Wait, before you continue. Before you continue, this is why I said what I said earlier, that if you want to get married and have kids, you should do it both when you're young, because that's the real puppy love.
I hear that.
Yeah, true.
I hear that. I already know. But what I'm talking about.
Once you hit 25, once you hit 25, the world is, everybody's on the same playing field, and everybody using leverage after that.
I hear that. What? Let me use a different word. do you believe as men we get genuine respect? Because I've seen even the most successful, richest men on earth. What's this guy? He plays for the Philadelphia Eagles. What's his name?
The answer is no. There's no such thing. For men, it's all about leverage.
What's this guy's name? American football player, NFL.
It's all about leverage with men. You have to have leverage. That's
Quarterback.
All.
Some of us guys from the UK, so we can't relate to the NFL. I'm from England.
I'd probably know who he's talking about. I can't lie.
No, but this guy's famous. This guy's big. He's very famous.
No. Let me give you some more experience too. Every bad,
what's the point? What's the point?
No, listen to me. Every bad situation I had with girls and situationships and stuff is always because of the money. I'm gonna keep it 100,000. It'll be like, she asked me for some shit I ain't want to give her. I'm like, I ain't giving you no bread for that. That fuck up the whole situation. I'm telling you, money is all about money in this world.
Yes,
we in America. We're in America. Just get the love shit out your head. If you ain't meet your girl in high school and college, get that shit out your head. Go get your bread right. Go work out and just do you.
I'm glad you said that. You said what I was going to say. The main reason for divorce, and this is in the UK and the US, the main reason for divorce is money. That's the main reason.
That's facts.
No, it can't be. It can't be.
This 21-year-old with a 20-year-old puppy love college, you ain't got no money at that stage. So the lack of money is going to put pressure on that relationship, on that marriage. That's the main reason for divorce.
So what happened to Tom Brady was the name. What happened to him?
What about him?
He's one of the richest guys in the world and one of the most successful guys in the world. Why did his wife still leave him for a pool boy? What do you mean money? Money's not going to solve nothing.
Bro, she had her own money.
No.
She was a supermodel. She had her own money. She had her own money. She did.
Listen to me.
She had her own money still.
If a woman has her own money, she could definitely dump your ass. I don't need you to pay rent.
He's rich. He's richer than her.
It don't matter.
It's hypergamy. What do you mean it don't matter, bro? Your point doesn't make sense because you know who she cheated on him with? She cheated on him with someone that makes less money than both of them.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what though? That actually kind of goes against the whole love concept as well, because then she got with him, and I'm sure she was telling him that she loves him when she was making him bust nuts. He bust so many nuts, he got her pregnant, they had kids, blah, 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 and then she left him for the pool boy, bruv. So that kind of goes to show that love ain't got nothing to do with it, because money ain't got nothing to do with it then, and love ain't got nothing to do with it, because she still left.
So what, it's just a lose-lose for men? We don't get nothing.
No, in this society, lose if you don't work on yourself and get better.
Bruv, you can get.
I think the best situation you can be in is if the woman is actually sexually attracted to you. That's the best situation, bro.
No,
if it's a money thing, this is why. Hold on, let me finish, bro, because I've done this so many times in life, bro. Yeah, like if the girl is sexually attracted to, listen, this is a God's honest truth. This is for my own life. If a woman is sexually attracted to you, you don't need to take on expensive dates, expensive restaurant. You don't even have to have a car, bruv. Facts. You don't even need a crib. Facts. You go to her house. Facts. Bro, I used to mess with this girl. No, bruv. I used to mess with this girl, yeah? And, bro, like, she used to do all the driving. She made six. I've had a couple girls like that before. 6 figures. Barely ever took them anywhere, bruv. And guess why? I managed to keep them around? Because they were sexually attracted to me, bruv. They wanted this by any means, bro. Like, they wasn't even thinking about peas. Like, oh yeah, why? The only time girls think about peas is when they're dealing with a guy they don't really like. That's what it is, bro.
Thanks.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
Sexual attraction is the strongest form of attraction.
Yeah,
without doubt.
That will keep the woman there. Money ain't gonna keep the woman there. If that was the truth, Tom Brady would have stayed with Giselle Bundchen would have stayed with Tom Brady, bruv. She didn't. Riches. I bet you she was sexual. I bet you she was sexually attracted to the pool boy though.
But Tom Brady is a good-looking dude.
Yeah,
that's the maddest thing.
Yeah, but still though.
You have to.
6'4", good-looking dude.
Listen, dude. Why you keep on? You can't use them as examples. She's like so exceptional. Do you know who you married to?
It doesn't matter. He was richer than. Does she know who he's married? Who she was married to?
No. Listen,
What are you on about, bro?
Listen. Look it up. She had more money than him when they got the divorce.
No, she didn't, bro.
Yes, she did. Look it up.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not sure about. I'm not sure. I can't even comment.
I'm not sure. Supermodel in the world.
Yeah, I know she had a lot of money though. She had a lot of money.
Not when they were married. Not while they were married.
I play football. I play football. I'm a football guy. Trust me. I know. I look into this kind of shit sometimes because it's so goofy. She was probably worth like 400 million or some goofy shit like that.
Yeah, she was.
And then Tom Brady was probably like 2 something or some crazy shit like that at that time.
At that time, yeah.
At that time. So that's what I'm saying.
Because when he still won more Super Bowls after being married to her. Do you get what I'm saying? So his money probably went up, but when he first got with her, I don't know, it might have been a bit closer than you think. Their bank accounts might have been closer than you think, bruv.
She probably was twice as much when they first got together.
Yeah, because she'd already been a supermodel. She'd already been the
making
supermodel.
$40-50 million a year and all this crazy shit.
Fair enough.
But the sexual attraction part, you can't argue that, bro. That's the best situation you can be in with a woman, bro.
I know, but see, you see King. That's why I don't use myself as an example. That's why I use average most men. That's why
I hear you.
Men.
Yeah,
because remember, I'm with you. I'm on your boat. Because listen, my story is like yours. I played D1 college football. Like I ain't have to work for nothing. Girls just come to the room unannounced. Like I'm telling you, so I understand that most men don't live that experience. Like, they just don't. So that's why I said for most average men, like try to lock up that good girl. Don't try to chase baddies and all this bullshit. Like
hold on. Mr. What's your name?
You talking about me?
Yeah. You.
Oh, Kurt.
Okay, so wait, hold on. You're saying average men in 2026?
No. Okay. I know it's bad. It's bad. My example is bad for 2026.
I'll be. This will sound crazy, yeah.
It's bad.
Hold on. No, not to you. I'm just saying in general. This will sound crazy, yeah. And this is not to make anyone discouraged. I'm telling you now, as an average man,
it's bad.
What you're getting is, oh man. Me personally, nah. I don't know, man. I don't know what advice you could give. These
Passport Bros.
Running.
But even Passport Bros isn't it could be dangerous. Yeah, it's all mad, bro.
Oh, yeah, they're getting robbed and
they're getting robbed and drugged and shit.
No. We going downhill. We're a falling state. I'm telling
Society's fucked, bro. It's fucked. So this is why what Kurt said made sense. That get locked down with the woman, with the girl as early as possible, young, when you still don't have money and blah 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 blah, and then you can grow up together, kind of thing. Because if you're just kind of out there in the world after 25, there's no love. It's just transactional to the varying degrees.
No love, son. I'm telling you. And then the bad thing too, you start meeting girls. When I started noticing too, when I started getting closer to 30, you start meeting girls that they try to lock you down crazy because they know they time running out. Like, I'm telling you, so like those kind of situations. I'm telling you, those kind of situations suck too. Because they like, yo, you can feel the energy. Like, yo, like
that's a fact.
Let's move in. I want to move in with you. The next thing, they're jumping your bones all the time, unprotected, wanting you to bust inside them. Like, bruh, trust me.
And then you know what too? A lot of girls, they try to hook you with giving you the crazy sex early, and then they start trying to draw back. That's why you can't. You have to have. That's why I said the best position for a man just to have leverage. Have your own spot. Don't need a woman to live your life. Don't need a woman to pay half your bills, or don't need a woman to like.
Don't ask them for nothing.
You just have to be. Like just work, just make your bread and have your. That's the only leverage you have.
And let them know you're willing to let them go, bruv. They need to know you're willing to walk away,
bro.
They have to know that, bruv.
Yo, I used to tell my friends this when I was younger. I was like, yo, they talking all complaining. Yo, let her go and see what's out there. She gonna find out there's trash and there's lanes, and then she can come right back because there's a lot of lanes out there. So let her go. Let her go find out there's bums and watch her come crawling back.
So, Kurt, how bad is the dating scene in New York?
Yo, in New York, you gotta have money. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it.
Wait, hold on. For the London guys, do you feel like that's the same? I don't truly think
It's
that's
not as
the
bad.
same in London.
It's not as bad as America.
America
America is
you
the
live in
worst.
both.
Yeah, but remember, my one was college football, college athlete experience. So, like, as in just being out there in the real world over there, bruv, I can only go off what my American friends have told me. And it's just like, bruh.
It's bad.
I really hope you're tall and good looking and with money.
You gotta have that juice, bro. I'm
tall and good looking with money, bro.
And even if you have all of that, you still gotta spend the bread.
Yeah.
Like, yo, me and my friends used to, like, when we gradually came out, we used to have to, like, buy the table, put $100 down, $150. Then you taking Uber rides here. Yo, by the time the weekend done, you down $500, $600.
Oh,
like,
hell no.
I'm telling you, like, you gotta. But the thing was, we out here closing deals. That's the difference. If you out there spending that and you're not getting getting no results, then yeah, that's terrible.
But this is the thing. I feel like over in the UK, I feel like this year, it depends, because it depends where you're going as well, though, and what type of girls you're dealing with. If it's just like the typical alright girls, yeah, you can cut through by just having a little bit of reason that.
Yeah.
But when you're going to the upper echelon of women, even in the UK, bruv, you're gonna need peace. Because at the end of the day, as I've said before, I believe this, and I wholeheartedly believe this, and this goes to America or UK, yeah? If a woman is an 8 out of 10 or above, she's a gold digger, bruv. 100%. She's a gold digger, bruv.
Or does only fans.
Yeah, bro. She's monetized, bro.
She's monetized.
That's it. That's it.
But wait,
and then the girls that are 6s and 7s, and then listen, the girls that are 6s and 7s, they're going after Chad and Tyrone hard. They want the really good looking dude. Do you get what I'm saying?
But those girls, they know they can't get them, though. If I'm gonna be honest, they know.
No, Chad and Tyrone smashes 6s and 7s all day. What do you mean?
All day. Come on.
All day, bro. And sometimes Chad and Tyrone will smash the maybe an 8 or 9, but that won't last long. That will be just like he smashes it a couple times, but she really wants the money, man. Really.
I'm gonna keep. What's another bad thing too? What I realized when I got to the real world too.
Hold on, let me just shout out the super chat. Big up Devil Gaming's for another super chat. It says, past 25 plus, the dating market is fried.
Yeah, you gotta have money. But look,
I don't see how is it though?
Because women when they start to get older, they're looking for resources. They're looking for someone for safety. They're not just looking to just have fun and go to the park and then come back to the house and just have sex. They're like, now I want you to now. Cause remember, women don't look at sex as a fair exchange. They feel like they're giving you their body. They need to get something in return. They can't just give you their body and then she still gotta. They need some type of benefit from that. So when you start to get older, when women start to get older, you start to get 24, 25, they're not just looking just to have fun and smoke and party and then go back to your house and have sex all day. They're like, nah, you better be coming with something a little bit more than that, just in case, like, that's the logic.
And that's why you're a guy in your late 30s who's done what you're supposed to do. You can be that guy. You can be that guy who's...
Exactly. But then you have to be that guy. You can't approach a woman and be like, oh yeah, I like you. Can we move in and split half the rent? That's bro. That's what I'm saying. If you want to do the split the rent thing, you gotta do that when you're 22, 23, when you're young. You can't come out of it like, oh,
I hear that.
Riches.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
You see, when you were in America, what was the major difference you saw from American women and UK women in terms of attracting, dating? And I know you were in college and whatnot, but just generally speaking, what did you notice that was evidently different?
If they like you, it's more straightforward, bro. Like from my experience, bro. Like if they like you, it's smooth sailing. You don't need to say too much, bro. You're probably gonna say something stupid. Just keep your mouth shut, bro. Yeah, and it's gonna go plain sailing. Whereas I feel like UK, we're a little bit more reserved. So a girl will like you, but she's not really telegraphing it that great. Whereas like in America, a girl likes you, she's gonna make it very obvious, bro. Like Do you get what I'm saying? That's from my experience. I can't talk for the average man, quote unquote, but for my experience, that's how it was. But again, you got to remember when I was in the States, you know, when you like, I'm sure Kurt can attest to this. When you play sports in college, yeah, in America, bro, like you're basically a celebrity on campus, bro. Like, everybody knows you. Everyone knows you. People knew me. I didn't know them, bro. Like, oh, you're that guy from England. Like, you play football, innit? Like, yeah. Yeah.
And then you know why it's so easy too? And this is why men should always be busy and always working. You don't have time to entertain their bullshit. It's like, yo, I see you on campus. Yo, I'm busy all day. You come into the room later on or what? That's it. Like,
yeah, bro. There was a lot of girls I slept with the same day I met them. Like hours after meeting them. Like, just come over. What are you doing? Nothing. Oh, you might as well come with me. Oh, what we gonna do? Oh, I can watch a movie, show you a UK movie or something. Like, oh yeah, show. Like, boom, that's it, bro. That's it.
That you see, this is why my premise is, you know, do it when you're younger, because when you're younger, y'all both broke. Y'all both, you know, is hopefully you can find a more genuine relationship when you're younger. And then when you get into the real world, it's all about finances and situations after that. Like, it's no more just we on campus at the library hanging out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Now I gotta go spend $120 just to know
to go out. We have to go out. Like,
that's true. It's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, but that's the reason why earlier when I was saying about the relatability, that's what I was talking about. Your dating circle is two different things when you're older and when you're younger. You don't have the same immediate access. Two people that are younger. Do you know what I'm saying? So like the context. When you get older, what's the context you're going to meet a woman who's younger than you? You know what I'm saying? Because based on how you're going to be meeting her is going to determine the dynamic now. So now it's going to be, if you are on a dating app or if you're not on a dating app, what real world situation are you going to be meeting numerous younger women?
Bro, you could, bro. That's not hard, bro. That ain't hard.
Not hard. Like, just go to the park. Like,
go to the gym. Go to the park.
No.
Bro,
like, you gotta.
What?
Listen to me. You gotta hang out. Just hang out. Just hang out with friends. Hang out with just
be active.
Your friends are not 22, 23 years old, bro.
Nah, I'm not saying friends. I'm saying, bro, just be active. Just be outside, bro.
Like, be active, be outside. Like, you can't.
No, listen. When you guys are talking about at the same age, you can give very specific examples. So you should be able to do the same when it's older.
I just did. Bro, I said in the gym.
Okay, so all right, the gym, that's one fair thing. But even within the gym, are you going to be cold approach and walking out to people?
No, but like obviously, if a girl looks at you, if a girl gives you a look or she gives you some kind of signal that she may be interested, why wouldn't you say something?
Okay, look, here's the thing. I'm not oblivious to the fact. Obviously, you can do warm approach and cold approach, bro. You can meet women however you want. I'm not oblivious to that. But what I'm saying is in practical terms, bro, because when you're talking about the guys when they're older and you're saying that they can get women who are younger, this, that, and the third, the main thing that you're bringing up is to be able to have resources and leverage, which I agree with. I'm not disagreeing with anything you guys are actually saying.
No, that's what Kurt is saying. I'm saying the girl.
I agree with him.
Attraction.
I think he's 1,000% correct. Okay. As you get older, that's going to be more important. But that's why I'm saying, that's why I said what I said about the relatability thing, because that's not going to be as much of a factor for her either. So now she is going to look more at what your pocket's saying. It's not to say you can't be attractive, obviously. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying if you're 40, even 50, right, man? There's a whole thing. We all know about the whole deal thing, whether you can be an older man and be attractive to young women. That's not what I'm trying to say. But what I'm saying is, in terms of the context of meeting them, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be as authentic or as genuine in most cases for most guys. You're
basically saying it won't be an organic situation. Like, it'll be like,
obviously it could be
kind of weird.
You could be a guy who's taking swimming classes or something, or you're doing some activity and you meet a girl who's young. I'm not saying that there's not situations. I'm not dumb, bro. I get that there's situations, but what I'm talking about is the average guy who's older in his day-to-day life. He does not have a routine where there's a bunch of young women that are looking good and all this around him, bro. He doesn't. So he's going to have to go out of his way. He's going to have to go out of his way to pursue that age. I'm not saying he shouldn't. Like, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But the reason why, I'm just defending the point I made earlier, because from what I'm hearing, a lot of you guys are saying the same thing I was saying, bro. But you guys were trying to disagree with me, like.
But you see, but you're making my point. You see, you making my point.
I'm definitely not. I'm making the point I made originally.
You just said where I'm gonna meet these girls. Didn't I just say that's why it's better for young people to get together when they're young?
Yeah, but when I mentioned relatability, you disagreed and were trying to tell me like I don't know what I'm talking about. That's exactly what relatability means.
No. Relatability don't mean we like the same music and all this gay shit. That's not,
bro. Relatability.
So what are you talking about?
Relatability, bro. You just said you're in the same place studying in the library. That's not a relatability thing.
I said in college and school we at the library.
Okay, is it relatable? Yes or no?
Bro, what are you talking? Yo, we're on campus. What are you talking about?
Okay, so then you're able to relate to each other because you're in the same social context. This is not hard to understand.
If I meet a girl at an event and she's 5, 6, 7 years younger than me, what are you talking? Doesn't matter. We just have a conversation.
Okay, but what I'm saying, bro, listen. What I'm saying is, as an older man, generally speaking, how much is that going to be the context? That's what I'm trying to say. You guys were literally saying this earlier. You said that you're not going to go beneath 23 years old, this and that. Oh, you're not going to go to a bar where people's 21. Cool. But then you're limiting your exposure to the age group you want. That's all I'm trying to say to you. And that's what
I never said I'm limited to anything. I don't go, bro. I don't go outside and say, yo, where's the 25-year-olds at? That's not how we fucking do this. What are you talking about?
Okay, based on your argument, you should be saying that though.
Listen, my example when the shorty that I will talk to as 23, I met her at a baby shower. That's what I'm saying. Wait, when you getting all this extra goofy shit, what are you talking about?
It's not no extra goofy shit, bro. I came on here and made a specific statement. And you was pushing back against it like I was wrong. Then you go on to basically say the same shit I was saying, just reworded, bro. So all it is I'm just giving that extra context. Like, there's no point trying to act
I don't understand the relatability aspect. I don't understand what you
mean. Okay, let me try and mediate a little. Hold on, bro. Let me mediate because you lot are just going round and round and round, yeah? What I feel Catalyst is saying is basically, for instance, for example, when we talked about in college and meeting girls in college, yeah, we have that. What he's saying is that because we're in that same space, that same environment, the same activities, the same like environment, we have that to relate together. Mm-hmm. Do you get what I'm saying? That's where the relatability falls in. Like for instance, if I don't know, we was at there's a festival that they do in London. Oh, what the fuck is the name of it again? Oh shit, that festival where they do the music, man, and it's like youngers go there. I can't remember, but anyway, he's basically saying, how would, as an older man, where would the relatability be with the younger woman? Where would you be to meet these women for a relatable reason, if that makes sense? Like, why would you both be in a certain environment to even find each other? Because like in college, you're both in college, you're both studying. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the relatability part.
I get what you're saying. I guess the verbiage, I guess I don't like that word for the situation.
Wireless, yeah, sorry. You lot in the chat got it right. Wireless. Like if you was both at wireless, then you had that to relate on. But typically it would be younger people that go wireless. It's not really a 40-year-old, 45-year-old man that's going to go wireless.
Wait, before I go, let me give you some grace. Maybe my view is screwed because I'm in New York City, and I don't know, in New York City it's freaking 10 million people here. Like, it's just people. So I meet all ages, and like it's not so hard like maybe how your mind is thinking. So maybe I can't grasp what do you mean by like relatability. Like I'm out, I see a chick, I'm talking to her, we hit it off, we get on the phone, I'm talking, if she's 28, then I'm gonna find out if we vibe.
But he's saying, where would you meet her? He's saying, where would you be meeting her?
I know what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Since I'm in New York City, anywhere I go is always girls of all ages. That's what I'm saying. Maybe
that's what I'm saying. Like
maybe because I'm.
He's basically saying every day in these areas like carnival. So like you know carnival, it's like bruh, like you could be 45 and be standing next to a 21-year-old. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's what I think.
Okay,
I think that's why my view is so screwed, because I went to school in North Carolina, and it's not like that. It's like that's why people in North Carolina, they get married after college, because you can't go nowhere and just meet people because everybody's so far away and all this goofy shit. So in New York City, it's just so much of a different. Actually, New York City is the only city, is the most different city. There's no other city like this in the world, because you could just go 10 blocks down and go to a Jamaican party, and then go another neighborhood over and see a bunch of Spanish people. And then like it's just a different
London's
world.
like that as well, to be fair.
No, I understand. No, I'm just saying that the density and the amount of people, the density, like like you could go to a park event and they have like a concert, and it'll be girls that's 24, women that's 35, old ass women, and then you could just be up in there, you see a cutie, and then you're like, oh shit, she bad, and you go over there and talk to her, she might be 29. Like, and then you just start talking. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
maybe my mind.
that's not what I'm trying to say. I think maybe the problem is obviously, first of all, there's a difference between long-term situations and short-term, which is why when I asked,
but see, you talking about some love shit.
Let him get out.
No love shit. You obviously don't know what I think, bro, because I was up here the other day going against a lot of that stuff. So that is not what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying is, in terms of genuine interest in somebody, and genuine interest doesn't mean some googly-eyed love. That's not what that means. As human beings, you've got more of a genuine interest in some people than others. Even between men, that's the case. You know what I'm saying? Like, the point I was making. I'm 28. Now the point I was making is that
like you 22 or some shit.
All right, bro. Whatever. the point I was making was that at the end of the day, when in terms of the context that you meet someone in, right, it changes also with the woman how she perceives you as well. I'm not talking about that she can't find you attractive, because everything you're saying, by the way, a lot of those things exist in London as well. You're saying about you could go anywhere. Sure, yeah, you could go out to a park, you could just go somewhere, and there's going to be girls of different ages. I'm not disagreeing with the fact that young women exist in the same world as you. We all know that. But the point I'm making is that you don't have let's put it like this. Even when guys talk about meeting women, right, they'll say things like dating app, or they'll say cold approaching, or they'll say warm approach, or social circle, these types of things, right? Now, generally speaking, when people are trying to get with somebody and you're talking about like similar ages, this, that, and third, most of the time you're going to be getting with someone who's closer in terms of social circle to you. So I was more asking about that, because you could meet a younger girl on the dating app, like nothing's stopping you. But what I'm saying is that, or like you said, you can meet them outside. Nothing's stopping you from physically doing that. But the context is going to be different, because you're not meeting you're not meeting like, so from her perspective, it's like, that's what, look, let me give you an example. When girls are talking about, oh, he needs to be doing this and he needs to have that, most of the time they're thinking about a guy who's just coming up to them. They're not thinking about a guy that they meet in an organic setting, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Let me say this. The girl gotta like you regardless. If you're 21, high school, college, what are you talking about? The girl gotta like you regardless. So if I'm out somewhere and I meet a girl that's 22, that's 23, 24, she still gotta like me. I don't understand.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the dynamic is not the same, bro. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's no way.
Wait. Let me finish. So this is the point where I say after 25, it don't matter the girl or the man. The game changes after that.
If you're saying the game changes after 25, that's even. So you think the older you get, that's not going to be even more the case?
That's why I said, look, after you hit 23, 24, 25, that puppy love shit is out the doors. That's how I understand why this.
It's not about puppy love, bro. You could be because I don't even completely agree with your point. I think you could be 28 and still get the same thing you're talking about. You don't have to be 25, bro. Like, it's just what I'm saying is it's about the way you meet somebody. This is even true when you're traveling, bro. That's like why even what Kim Richards was talking about earlier with the guy in Thailand. Where are you meeting this person? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that affects the dynamics of what you're getting a lot. So the age thing, I'm just saying that based on your age, if you're a grown man and you ain't got much time and you're working on yourself, because you're talking about having leverage and resources, most guys are not going to have that without being someone who's actually working and doing something. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not going to have the same time to just run around and go get some young gal, bro. Like, that's not.
It sounds like some crybaby shit. Like, you should be working as a man anyway.
Bro,
Like,
that's not crybaby. What are you talking about? I'm just talking about the reality of the dynamic difference, bro. When you're a younger age, you're able to be around these women naturally and you've got more time to entertain them. But when you're older, you don't. There's nothing crybaby about that. That's the fact of life. But what I'm saying is that it affects the way that you can relate to the woman. You said you don't like that word, but that's the actual accurate word to describe it.
When we talk about relatability to someone,
let someone else just chime in. Let Mali go, then Dean after. Go on.
I get what you're saying, bro, fully, because my opening point was like when I first came up was when like because obviously I'm 21 in it, so when I'm at events now and I see guys that are like in their 30s talking to girls in their early 20s, you know, the dynamic is a bit like, you know, this event isn't really targeted at your age group. So have you kind of not forcing it, but are you kind of like, what are you trying to get out of this sort of situation? Because are you forcing an interaction with like a younger woman to kind of to get that, or like where's the disconnect coming from?
Which personally, I don't care about. I think he's misunderstanding that. I don't personally care about age gap.
Hold on. You think a younger girl is gonna talk to an older guy that she's not attracted to?
I don't. Who said that?
No, but you saying force it. You using words like force or not, like they're coming in like some lames and they're looking at you. I feel like your connotation. Wait. Let me finish. I feel like your connotation is like that young girl's gonna look at this old guy like, yo, what is this old man here talking to me?
They do mostly think that though.
Not old. Not. I think it's a bit in between. It's not like old man, but it's a bit like, what are you doing, bro? Like,
you see what I'm saying? You feel like you. What I'm getting the energy that I'm feeling is like, if I step into somewhere where you're in as well, and they might be girls that's like 24, 25, and if I'm able to go and bag her and scoop her up, and she's giving me some type of attention, I don't understand how. I feel like you're coming from like, why is this guy in here? Because we're all young, and that you're a loser because you shouldn't be in here. Because
you're gonna get some guys who's haters like that, like young guys.
That's the energy I'm feeling. I feel like you're mad because he's getting the bitches that you can't get. That's your
but he's not talking about the guys who's actually succeeding though. That's not what he's talking. He's talking about guys that's coming in there, just getting the vibe up because they're not. You know what I mean? It's like you're coming in.
I thought we addressed that an hour ago.
But the point is. At least where I was coming from was the point I was making was that, because you said it yourself earlier, you said that you said that you're not talking from the average perspective, right?
Yeah.
When you're saying about, okay, so that in and of itself means that you have to understand, when I was talking about what I was talking about, and I said that these things like relatability or whatever, I'm talking about from average people's perspective. So if a guy is younger on average, with a girl around his same age on average, and there's an older guy on average, that woman, typically speaking, is not going to find him attractive just like that. So if you're talking, so when you were saying that shit's overrated and it don't matter, it's like you are talking about a very specific guy who's done what he needs to do to be in that position. Do you get what I'm saying? And even
I understand.
But even then, the next point I was trying to make, and I think maybe you misunderstand what I was trying to say, but the next point I was just making was that when I was saying the relatability thing, I'm not talking about you both need to like Twilight, bro. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like what King Richard said. It's just got to be that context of meeting someone. Because I think what it is I'm talking like I know, bro. Like I just know for a fact, girls view men and put men in different boxes based on a lot of things to do with how you initially interact with them. Yeah, that's why a lot of the times when a guy gets put in a box like a friend zone and he's kind of cooked, it's very difficult, or damn near impossible for him to come out of that. But that's to do with the initial interaction. So what I'm saying is that initially, right, when you're older, your point of entrance for a young woman, it's like like what my man was saying about forcing it. I don't personally care. I don't give a fuck. But what I'm saying is from their perspective, yeah, it is going to be a bit more forced a lot of the time because there's not a natural reason for you to be approaching it.
Let me bring in. We got a new guest. We got a woman on the lineup. Let's hear what she's got to say about this. Let's hear it. Hello.
Her mic's cooked, bro.
Is your mic working?
My point is she's not going to speak. When we talk about relatability, why do we always need to first go to age? There's other ways you can relate to someone. Someone could be a 28 Another person could be 34, but you relate to the 28-year-old better because you have similar interests, similar hobbies. Why is it when we talk about relatability?
But you guys just said earlier, hold on, but you guys said earlier that men and women don't have those things and that it doesn't matter and it's overrated.
Well, that's not what came out of my mouth. But
no, you was agreeing with it, bro.
No, what I'm trying to say is that when we think of relatability, there's lots of other factors. There's lots of other, things that can matter when it comes to relatability, not just age. Because like I said, someone could be closer to your age, someone could be further away from your age, but the person further away from your age, you're more compatible with. He has better chemistry because you're both into fitness or you're both like traveling or that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So we think of when we think of relatability, the first thing we think of is age, but why? There's other variables as well.
I think it's because if the gap's a bit too big, that's when the relatability is questioned, isn't it? If it's a 10-year gap, then the chances of you relating to them is less and less.
All right, can y'all hear me?
Yo,
Yeah.
bro. That's
all right. Let's hear a female's point of view about this. I'm sure she's gonna say something wild and crazy. Gone.
How you know that?
Because I don't know. I just got the energy. Like, gone.
Okay, y'all talking about? I forgot the title of it. What we talking about?
Age gap. Hey, hold on. Hey, everyone, calm down. What I'm saying, we're talking about older men dating younger women, age gaps, and yeah, that's what we're talking about. So, what do you think about this?
So I'm 35. So, let's just say a man that's like my age or whatever. Personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with him dating like a woman that's like 25, but anything below that, like, it's just OD. Like, you have nothing in common with this girl. Like, to me, she's not a full adult. You're not a full adult until you are 25 years old. And at that point, she's a full grown adult. If we want to talk about fertility and all of that, a woman who was 25, she's very fertile. So those excuses that men come up with women my age not being fertile, all this bullshit, which is a lie. Yeah, like, it's just an excuse. Like, if she's 25, she's good. Why can a 40-year-old man, a 45-year-old man, or even like a 35-year-old man, why do you need to talk to a woman that's 19, 20, 21 years old? If you want to talk about,
I think you agree with us.
Yeah, you saying what we said. We all agreed that 18, 19, 20 is too young. We all agreed. We all said that earlier.
Yeah,
we all said that to you. When we say younger women, we're talking about minimum.
So I don't know.
She just got it. She
just got it. Hey, bro, everybody calm down, bro. It's one voice at a time. Yeah. All right. And she just got here. All right. So she doesn't know what we said, or let's just assume she doesn't know anything we said. So yeah. But prior to you getting here, we did make it clear that, like, I set the pace. I said, like, 25 is the youngest I would seriously date, like, or even talk to seriously. Pushing it would be 23, but that's absolutely pushing it, and like, that's still unlikely. And then all the other guys pretty much agreed as well.
Oh, okay.
So we're on the same page, and that's nice. Let me ask you a question then. I'm 38. If I was to deal with a 24-year-old in dating, right? You said 25 minimum because below 25, you're not a full adult or something like that. What would you see was wrong with that? 38-year-old dating a 24-year-old. What's wrong with that age dynamic?
What would be your reason for dating a 23, 24-year-old?
Okay, well, let's go with 24, right? Let's just stick with 24. The reason for that is because it's a nice mix between she's in her prime, right, in terms of looks, fertility, and she's not too young in terms of, like, where she's still a bit immature and still in the uni clubbing stage of her life. That's why I like the 24, 25 is a nice age. Because you got a nice mix between.
You said 24 though, so why can't it just be 25? Are you saying a 25-year-old is not in her prime? Which
yes,
is funny,
25 years as well.
Y'all know when a woman, like a human becomes like the
crying over a year
at 25. Yes, I'm crying over a year because for me, it's like, okay, what is the issue with a woman being 25? Like, that is when her brain fully develops. She is a full-grown adult. What is y'all's issues with a woman being considered a full-grown adult? Like,
but that's to be fair, that's just your opinion that you're an adult at 25.
So if you're not a full adult at 25, can you vote? Should we take away the right to vote? Should we take away your right to drive? Should we take away your right to your right to drink and go to the casinos and the clubs?
Because hold on. Let me ask you this question. So between, like, obviously we're all saying that 18, 19, that's a younger, yeah. So, but between the age of like 21 to 25, what do you class those women?
Honestly, I don't think anybody should be considered an adult until they are at least 21 years old. 21, 22, 23, 20.
Hold on, let us finish. Go on.
No, I'm saying that like 18, I don't think that anybody should be considered an adult if they have teen in their age. So 21, that is when people should, I think, should be considered an adult. But below 25 is just OD, because like, especially if you are in your 30s, like, what is it about somebody who is below 25 that men just go crazy for? What is it?
It's not about going crazy, and you still didn't answer the question. What do you class a young woman between the age of 21 and 24? What do you class her as? Because you're saying she's not mentally developed as an adult. So what is she?
I class her as, by law she may be an adult, but to me that's still a kid. Like, that's still a kid. Once you're 25 years old, to me you're not a kid anymore.
So you shouldn't vote then, yeah? Shouldn't vote.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, she's all over the place, but she said 21's an adult. Now she's saying it's a kid.
Hold on.
I'm saying,
go on.
I'm saying that, like, because 18, 19, to me, you are not an adult.
We're not arguing about that. Why do women always do that? Listen. No, I never said 18, 19 though. I said 21 to 25. I said it very clear. You keep going back like we're arguing that. No one's arguing that.
To you, I was responding to that other guy, but I already told you.
Nobody said 18.
Nobody said 18, 19. No one said that. No one said that.
He said, why do I consider a 21-year-old an adult? Isn't that like I forgot who said it, but somebody on here said, why do I consider a 21-year-old?
Yeah, I said you're inconsistent. You said 21's an adult, then you said it's 25. But what you're specifically being asked?
A young adult, but they are not a full-grown adult to me.
Okay, like, but that's what's being asked you. What's the difference between 21 to 24? What is that? What constitutes them being different to 25? That's the specific question being asked.
Fully developed. The brain isn't fully developed.
Okay, and in terms of them not being fully developed, what other things should be restricted from them then? Or how does that affect them in terms of dating relationships?
And the thing
hold on, let her answer. Go on.
Wait, what was the question? You said what affects them as far as dating?
Come on, man.
No. Listen, just ask her the question and let her answer it. Go on. I want to hear this.
Between 21 and 24, right? I just need to make sure she can hear what I'm saying, so I don't have to do this again.
Did you hear him? Yeah.
I'm listening. What is the question?
All right. So between 21 and 24, you're saying that that's different. That's a young adult, right? That's what you said.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. So if 21 to 24 is a young adult, 25 you're saying is a fully grown adult. Now I know exactly why you're saying that. You're saying it to do with the frontal lobe being developed. Okay, that's why you're saying that. I already know the reason why. But here's my thing. So for 21, 24, what is it about them that's different besides the frontal lobe thing? Or if you're going to use that as the differentiator, then what exactly, in terms of their relationships and dating, what's the difference? Like, what do they do? If let's say you're a 22-year-old woman, what do you do in that stage in your life in terms of relationships? Or do you just wait until 25?
Well, for me, before I turned 25, I still felt immature, and I felt like I was still very impressionable.
That's not...
Bro, let her answer the question, bro.
I'm answering the question. Just because I'm answering in a way that you don't like why? Like, okay, I'm telling you, when I was that age, I still felt immature. I still was very impressionable. The light bulb for me didn't go off until I was 25.
So why are you having sex at that age then?
You don't know me to say that I was having sex at any age.
So you was a virgin until 25?
Mind your business.
Can I make a point? Right, can I make a point? You're saying that like 23 and all that, is too young, frontal lobe is not developed to 25 and all that. You only have, as a female, you only have a finite amount of years where you're very fertile. Right, at 35, geriatric pregnancy, your fertility is declining rapidly. So if you're saying you can only start dating seriously and all that until you're 25, you're not leaving yourself much of a window, are you?
Yes, you are. How many kids are you? First of all, it is up to the man and the woman to decide, okay, how many kids are we looking to have? Because at 25 years old, she can pop out a good amount of kids. Like, what are y'all talking about? Even at 30 years old, she still has that window there where she can pop out a kid every single year. Like, how many kids are y'all trying to have?
Okay, but hold on, but let's look at things realistically though, right? Because I'm assuming if the woman's meeting the guy and she's 25, right? If that's when she starts her adult dating, so she doesn't pursue nothing until she's 25. 25 is when she starts. She's going out, now she's on dating apps or meeting people. How is she doing it? She's going to have to meet someone, because I'm assuming you don't want her to just be a single mom, right? So she's going to have to meet someone and she's going to have to go through an entire process of actually making sure the guy's on point. That's already taken time off by itself.
I am not saying that a girl that's 21 years old, right? She can date, but I don't agree with dating a man that's in his 30s though.
Okay.
Like if she's 21 and let's just say he's like maybe 26, 27, okay. Like there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm talking about a man that is in his 30s, let's just say 38. No, 21 years old, you're 38. Fuck no.
Okay. Let me ask you this though. Hey, let me ask you this. Hold on. Hey. Let me ask you this, yeah? Like, who do you think is more likely to be a man who's going to be more serious, more in a position to look after her and actually be genuine? A guy when the girl is 20, 21 or 22 herself, is it going to be the guy that's 21, 22 or the guy that's 30?
If we're talking about your average everyday man,
typically,
your average everyday man. It really doesn't matter.
Who's more likely to just use her and just like sleep with her and then just bounce to the next one? Who's more likely to do it? The younger guy or the older guy? Pardon?
Both of them can use her. Like just because
who is more likely? I said who is more likely?
Them. That's my answer, both.
How come that can't be the answer? If I'm giving you two options and I'm saying who is more likely, you can't say both of them.
Yes, I can, because
that's both. Ridiculous.
It doesn't matter.
She a feminist.
It's fine. That's not a proper answer, but it's fine. It's fine.
I'm not a feminist. What I'm saying is, are you saying that just because a man is in his 30s that he will be more intentional than a man that is in his 20s?
I'm saying it's more likely. Likely. Do you understand what I mean when I say it's more likely?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, cool. Yeah, but when I asked you, you didn't want when I asked you said both, which was not a suitable answer. It wasn't a suitable answer. And you're just saying that because you know for real that more than likely the younger guy who is way more immature, remember his frontal lobe is not developed as well, yeah, more than likely he's going
27, to he's 27.
What are you talking about? I said 20, 21, 22-year-old boy.
Oh, we was talking about a 27-year-old.
Oh my god, all of a sudden you didn't hear what I said. Are you being for real, bro? Listen, all right, no, I'm not gonna let you wriggle out this. Yeah, I'm gonna say it again for the 4th time. So you have one guy. The girl is 22. Yeah, she has a choice of a 22-year-old boy her own age or a 30-year-old man. Yeah. And I'm asking you, who is more likely to just mess around with her, sleep with her, and then bounce to the next girl? Who is more likely? You said both. So who's
I thought you were saying a 27-year-old guy, but now that you're saying a 21, 22-year-old, of course it would be the 21, 22-year-old.
Okay, that's all. That's what I was. I don't know how you got 27 because there was no 27 anyway, but it's fine.
About 27 years
27, 38 or whatever it was.
Well, I never said that, so I don't know why she's listening to voices, because I asked her straight up. Because at the end of the day, that just proves that, like, bruh, the likelihood is most women will be better suited dating an older man if they want someone that's actually going to be there for them and not just use them and sleep with them and run up mileage. Probably date an older guy who's already probably had his fun and probably wants to commit and settle down. That's my point. Because you just said that if a girl is under the age of 25, she should just be dating guys her own age. I don't know. She's probably just gonna run up mileage doing that.
I said if she's 21, 22, I don't see anything wrong with her dating a man that's like 27,
her own age.
28.
You said her own age. You said her own age. You actually said her own age, and that's why I'm asking you that question.
28 years old.
You said her own age. You said her own age. You said if she's 21, 22, she should date a guy's her own age.
I mean, they're still in the same generation though. A 21-year-old and a 26, 27-year-old, they're still in the same generation. So I would say that they're around kind of like the same age a little bit, but he's still a little bit older, which means that his intentions could still be better than a guy that's like 21, 22 years old, because he's 27, he's 28, he's pushing 30. So his intentions could be good at that point.
Why do older women?
I hear her on that.
Why do you agree that a lot of older women who say that older men that date younger women are just predators? Do you agree with that?
If they're going for under 25, then yeah, there's something wrong there. But if she's like 25 and he's like, I don't even care if he's 45. Let's just say he's 45 and she's 25. I don't see an issue with that because she's 25 years old. She's 5 years from being 30. Like, she's a full grown fucking adult. But for me, if you're 40, 45 years old and you're just intentionally going for girls that's 19, 20, 21 years old, yeah, there's something there. You're a fucking predator.
Okay, okay, let's talk about the women that say that men are predators if they're dating, say the guy's 40 and he's dating a 25-year-old. Why do you think those women would still say that he's a predator, even though, like you said, she's 25 and an adult? Why do you think those women would still come out and say he's a predator?
If he dates somebody that's 25 and he's like 45
or 40 or 38 or 35. Why do you think so many women? Because the thing is, yeah, it's not just women saying, oh, when these men date women 21 or 19. No, they say if the man's a certain age and he's dating a woman that's like 20, 25, they'll still say there's something wrong with that. That's weird. So why do you think those women say that?
Because a lot of women just don't like men of that age dating women that's in their 20s. Like, they just feel like they're too
keep it real.
Why though?
I mean, honestly, I can't answer that question because
why not? Why can't you answer the question, fam?
Women, I'm not
you got it. You got it.
Yeah, you do know why, but you don't want to say it. It's calm though.
There's women that feel that way, so I can't really say like what their real issue is, other than, I mean, she looks at her as like, okay, let's just say she's my age. Let's just say she's 35.
Yeah, let's say she's your age. Yeah,
let's say she's a 35-year-old woman and a man is 45 and he's dating a 25-year-old. Okay, she probably want that 45-year-old to look at her because technically she is younger than him, though. Although she is 35 years old, she's still younger than him. So in her mind, she's probably thinking, okay, I'm 35, I'm 10 years younger than you, so why do you have to go all the way to 25 to somebody that's like, she see her as competition basically. But okay, I'm 35, you're 25, like, and she thinks that he's going to choose the 25-year-old for whatever reason, like maybe the whole fertile thing. Like, so for women, it's kind of like, oh, so you trying to say I'm not fertile? Or, oh, so you trying to say I'm not good enough? Or you trying to say I'm old? Like, that's why.
Yeah, you might be saying all them things. You might be saying all them things.
Yeah, that's why a 35-year-old woman, if she has an issue with him dating a 25-year-old, like that could, I think that's what it is. Like, are you trying to say that I'm old? Or are you trying to say I'm not fertile? Or are you trying to say I can't have a baby? Or are you trying, like, it's all these things that's going through her mind. So she's feeling insecure, basically.
How come when older women date younger men, nobody says anything? Why do you think that?
Because society hasn't made that an issue. They've made it an issue for older men to date younger women, but they haven't made it an issue for a young guy to get. Like, I've heard a lot of men say that when they was like 14 years old, they lost their virginity to women that's like 25, and they're praised by their homeboys though. They're praised by their dads. Like, oh yeah, like you the man, like you. But if it's like if it was the other way around, the world doesn't perceive it the same way. Like, it's a negative if it's a man that's older and a girl is 14 years old. Like, that's just how it is. It's just a double standard.
You lot, who else has got something to say? Go on.
No, King Richard, she might have surprised you. She said she actually kept it a little real.
I had to keep pushing though. I had to keep pushing.
Yeah, you have to keep pushing. You have to keep pushing. But she definitely kept it funky, because not a lot of girls say that straight up women are just jealous and they can't compete. A lot of women don't say that. That's the reason why they jealous of the younger woman.
But the thing is, this has been going on, but this is the thing: is a lot of these women that say these things, when they were in their prime, they were dating older men.
Yep, they were doing the same thing since high school.
I wasn't though.
No,
not you, but yeah.
Yeah. And then worse, they wasn't even waiting until they early 20s. They were doing it at 16. They was out there dating 22-year-olds at 16. And then now when they old and about to turn 40, they get mad. Like, come on, stop it.
It's crazy.
But I heard somebody on here say that y'all was 21. So it's just like not too much.
No. We agreed with you. We was like 23, 24, 25. But you stuck in the 25, but you know.
Hold on, I'm bringing someone else to the stage.
We're not on that 18, 19-year-old kid shit now. We wasn't on that.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, yeah, that's just like, nah, man. Fuck that.
18, 19, that'd be weird. That'd be strange. One of my brethren that was an 18, 19 at our age, I'd be like looking at him weirdly.
I'm gonna be real with you. 18 to 88, I don't care.
Wow. No, I mean,
no. Why have you stopped talking, bruv?
No, I'm just being for real, because here's the thing. At the end of the day, right? As a man, you're supposed to have the wisdom. As a man, you're the head, right? You're the leader. So regardless of whether she's 18 or 30, you're still supposed to have more wisdom there. You're still supposed to be leading her. So at the end of the day, whether the woman's 18, 19, 20, 21, and by the way, biologically, a woman is the most fertile from the ages of 18 to 25. That's her peak fertility. This is scientifically documented. Right? So, okay, you can literally Google it. Google it right now. Go ask AI, Chat GPT. Okay. This is the peak fertility.
There are plenty of women who are 25 below who are not fertile. They giving birth to hella kids nowadays. They got autism. Like, just because she's young does not mean she's gonna give birth to a healthy baby.
So how many women 35 and up?
Yeah, but probability though. Come on, probability says different.
80% of your eggs are gone by 35. That's why
you do understand that.
It doesn't matter. There's still women that's that age who are giving birth to healthy babies.
Look, you're talking about the exception.
Listen, when a woman is born, she only is born with a certain amount of eggs. Every time she has her period, that number decreases. By the time she gets to 30 years old, her fertility starts to decline significantly. By the time she's at 35, probably more than 50% of her eggs are gone. Meaning that
more than 70.
Meaning, over 70, probably over 70, maybe 60 plus percent of her eggs are gone. Meaning that the rest are either potentially may have genetic defects, right? Or, it's just a lower quantity. So because there's a lower quantity, there's a high percent chance that there's going to be genetic defects.
Let me tell you what Google said. What Google said, yeah? It says peak reproductive capacity occurring between ages 18 to 28. During this window, egg quality quantity are at their highest, giving a healthy woman about 25% chance of conceiving naturally. per menstrual cycle. Age 30, the fertility begins to slow but steadily decline. The chance of conceiving each cycle drops to roughly 20%. At age 35, the decline speeds up. Egg quality and quantity reduce more significantly, and the risk of miscarriage begins to rise. Age 40 and older, natural conception chances drop significantly to about 5% per cycle. The risk of pregnancy complications and chromosomal abnormalities also increases. That's what Google said.
Whew. Boy, that's rough.
Okay, so
that's
the
rough.
the
That is rough.
38-year-old. Hold on. So the 38-year-old, do you have kids already or not? Because that, if you don't, then I will understand if you like why you would want to date a woman that's like 25 or whatever.
Yeah, I think you're referring to me because I'm 38. Yeah, I have no kids. Wow. I don't know if you're referring to me, but yeah, I'm 38, so I have no kids. That's why I'm happy to go down to, I said 23 or 24, that kind of age. I'm happy to go, but that's the absolute lowest I would go, even for like a casual thing. I wouldn't go below that.
Okay, but you gonna be old as shit once the kid gets like, forget her, you're gonna be the old guy. So are you gonna have the energy to be running around and catching little toddlers, and then when they're 20 years old, you're gonna be like really pushing 70s? Like, do you?
No, if I was to have kids at 40, then I'm not pushing 70 when they're 20. I'll be 60, and that's not that big a deal.
Yeah, it's not.
So
That's been going on for ages.
You said that being 60 years old with a 20-year-old is not a big deal.
No, it's not.
They're gonna be in college, living their life.
They're
What are you
gonna
talking
think
about?
that you are their grandpa. You are grandpa. You're gramps at that point. You're not dad. You're gramps at that point.
So you have a kid next year. You're not gonna be old too. You're gonna be what? 58. You're gonna be an auntie too.
Kids. Who the hell having kids?
Well, I guess you don't want to have kids. Fine.
Do you think that I magically got to 35 years old with not kids like on accident? Like, no, this is purpose. I had my whole 20s to have kids if I wanted kids. I didn't just get to 35 with no kids.
Why don't you want to have kids?
Well, I've never liked kids ever since I was a kid.
Bro, you're evil. Then
that's cooked.
You're evil.
I said for the first time that I didn't want kids when I was like 11, 12 years old.
Definitely demonic. Definitely.
So if you know men don't have kids, why are you so stuck on this 25-year-old?
No, because it depends. Okay, so you're 38 years old. So let's say that you did have like 2 kids or whatever. Now, if you already have 2 kids at 38 years old, let's just say that you got like a 10-year-old and I don't know, a 5-year-old or whatever. I would be questioning like, okay, you're 38, you got a 10-year-old and you got a 5-year-old. Why again do you want to date a 23, 24-year-old? Like,
because she's
because they look better.
Because she's hot and she's fertile.
Exactly.
That's a lie, because they starting to look the 23-year-old starting to look like they're in their damn 30s. So that's the damn lie.
Oh, come on.
Maybe the ones you're attracted to, I don't know.
Come on. That's a push. That's a reach.
To women. So I can look at them like that, but I know that they're starting to look older.
I don't know about all that.
Okay, all right.
I don't know, man. I found it so funny.
Well, by that long, 23-year-olds looking 30, then 30-year-olds looking maybe 37, aren't they? So then they're looking older as well.
No, because they're saying that the Gen Z girls look like they are millennials, and the millennial girls are looking like they're Gen Z.
I don't know.
Wow.
Man, stop the cap. I'm in Gen Z.
Wow. Ain't no stop the cap. Ain't no stop the cap.
Stop.
Here's the
wow.
No stop.
Here's the contradiction here, because
I get mistaken for being in my 20s all the time.
I'll tell you right now.
So
I can't hear you.
Wait, how old are you in that picture, in your profile pic?
I just took that picture. I was 30. I'm 35 in that picture.
Okay, you look good for your age.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? So earlier you said that a woman, if she's under the age of 25, you don't consider her to be an adult, but you said her brain isn't fully developed, but then she is, in your opinion, her mind is developed enough to date someone her own age, but not developed enough to date someone older. But that doesn't make sense. Either she's like has the mental capacity to engage in a relationship or not. Either she has the mental ability to determine whether someone is a partner that can be beneficial for her or not. So if you're saying she can't have the ability to get with an older man, but yet she has the ability to get with a younger man, that doesn't make sense. Either she has the ability or not. Either her brain is developed or not. And if you're saying, go ahead.
We've already discussed that the guy that's closer to her age, he may not be talking about getting married and having kids and settling down and all of that stuff. So that's why I said, like, if she's 21 and she dates the guy that's like 26, 27, 28, that's fine because he's not already pushing her to give up basically her youth. He's not pushing her to be somebody's mother. Like, I don't think that a 21-year-old or a 22-year-old has the mental capacity to like fully just be a mother because she still has that well, I'm not gonna say instinct, but she still has that like that youth in her that makes her want to like not settle down.
That's not true. We have thousands of years.
Look, I am a woman, and I'm just telling y'all how I used to think at that age. Like, there was no way in hell that I wanted to give up my 20s to be anybody's mother. Like,
yeah, but you're not. But the thing is, you're not a good example because you're 35 and you still don't want to have kids. And I know tons of women who, if they were 10 years younger than you,
I
they would
am
have
a
kids.
minority, so I can acknowledge that I'm a minority.
Yeah,
Most women
exactly.
do want children. Most women do want children, but a lot of women, like, okay, the girls of Gen Z, a lot of them are not, like, they're completely rejecting being mothers and all of that. I think they said, like, for Gen Z, the birth rate has gone down like a lot. So a lot of them are even rejecting being
We're not
mothers.
talking about
Like,
those women though.
Yeah, but it's not. No, but that's not just. So there's two things. There are some women who just want to reject the motherhood thing, like similar to you maybe, but then a lot of it is to do with just cost of living. That's the primary reason most people in our generation are not trying to have kids. It's not because they don't want to. Most girls, they'll say, oh, I would, but I don't have my money. Like most people my age, guys say it as well. Most people my age, if they don't have kids just accidentally, the main reason they're not going to go out of their way to purposely have a child is they're going to talk about money. That's the number one reason.
I agree.
That too, and I've heard them also say that they just want to be like older. Like, I think a lot of them say like 28, 29. Some of them are even saying 30. Like, I don't want to be a mother until I'm 30. So
But here's the problem. Here's the problem
Huh?
with your statement though. You're making a generalized statement over all women, but you already recognize that, okay, even if some women in Gen Z don't want to have kids, there are still plenty of women, and we also have to understand this is like a Western thing. There are more than one country on the planet Earth, right? So there's other countries that have a more traditional mindset where the women who are younger are getting married younger and having children
Yeah, it
younger.
depends
This
on
is
your
still
country as
prevalent
well.
in the majority of the earth. The majority of the earth is still
Well,
doing
I'm
the traditional.
American, so I'm speaking for
Okay,
the
but
American girls. I
but
can't
we
speak
still
for anybody else.
there's more than one state in the United States, right? We have Utah, we have Texas, we have people in the U.S. that are still living a traditional lifestyle. Women who are still
So
wanting
where
to have
they at
children.
then? How come you haven't found them? Where they at? Point them out.
You said it. I specifically met women in college who do want to be housewives and who
Okay,
do
so
want
how
to.
come you don't have a housewife yet? Where are they at?
Yeah, did he say him? He said he was an general example.
Hey, Nene, hold on. Let me ask you a question. What's the youngest guy you would date, and what's the oldest guy you would date?
Well, my exes were all in their late 40s.
When you was what age?
When I was in my 20s, every guy I dated was my age. And then when I got to like 32, my ex, he was like 47. And then from there on out, like all my exes have been older than me, like in their late 40s. But the youngest I would go, when I was 33, I talked to a 23-year-old.
23 when you was 33.
But his brain wasn't fully developed.
But his brain wasn't fully developed though.
Hold on, but I'm not getting him pregnant.
You hold on.
I'm not getting him pregnant though.
You hold on though.
He could get you pregnant.
Yeah, he could
No,
get
that
you
wasn't
pregnant.
happening. That wasn't happening though. That wasn't happening.
I'm getting petty vibes. I'm getting petty vibes.
I'm hearing contradictory
Wow,
statements.
that's
No,
crazy.
because that's
The thing that's
different. I
insane.
don't know. Hold on, I'm not trying to have kids and settle down with this damn 20. Y'all are talking about men that are looking
He's
for
not an
younger
adult
women to
yet.
settle down
He's
with.
not a full adult yet. That's
Wait,
what
so
you said.
King,
No, that's different. That's
King, can
different.
I ask a question? You just said something. So it's okay if he doesn't want to settle down with the young woman. He could just play with her. It's better that way.
If he's 38 and he just want to like sleep and have fun with, I guess, a 21, 22-year-old, but like
Wow, that's
y'all are
crazy.
talking about, hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Y'all are talking about men.
Yo, son.
Y'all are talking about men that want to settle down and have families with these young girls and make them the mother of their children. My situation is different. Wasn't no damn babies. That was fun. That was fun. That was fun.
Wait. Can I ask you another
That's all
question?
that
Can I ask you
was.
another question? Is it better for younger women to possibly settle down earlier, or they just have fun when they're in their 20s? Which one is better? What do you think?
Let me just say this. Don't be surprised if you get with a 21, 22-year-old.
Oh my God, I didn't ask you that.
You can make her a baby mama, but don't be surprised if she want to divorce your ass or
I asked
leave
you a
your ass in
question. I
like
asked you a
2 years.
question. What is better in your opinion for a woman who's 22, 23 to play around and have fun and date the 40-year-old and date around, or find that 40-year-old that wants to wife them up? Which one is better?
I say play around before you're 25 years old.
Wow.
Okay, all right.
Rack up mileage. Rack up mileage.
Crazy.
Matt, rack up
Play
mileage.
around before you're 25 years old. Play around before you're 25 years old.
And then you'll be unable to pair bond. Yeah.
Huh?
Great advice.
What you say?
You won't be able to pair bond if you've thrown your box around. You slept with loads of different guys, had your fun.
Why?
It's gonna be
why
harder
do
for
y'all
you to
think-
pair bond with one guy. One man can't satisfy her. Have you ever heard that song before?
Why do y'all think that every time a girl say that she's like having fun, y'all think with multiple
So
dudes?
what do you mean by having fun then? What do you mean by
I have
that?
not been with multiple dudes. I've been in long-term relationships, like even in my 20s. When I say have fun, I mean, okay, we're in a relationship and we're trying to build to something, but like we're
But
not
that's not
talking
having
about
fun though,
marriage
is
and
it?
having kids. To me, that's having fun.
Listen,
But to me, that's having fun though. Like you're not talking about marriage and becoming parents.
This
If
is
you're not-
degeneracy.
Yeah, this is degen shit.
Look, here's the
If
thing.
you
we shouldn't be pairing up with people before marriage. You're supposed to get married first, right? Before you get.
You know what?
into
I
a
agree with
long-term
that,
commitment.
but for a lot
You
of
just
us,
said something different.
we didn't wait. I mean, for a lot of us, we made a mistake and lost our virginities before marriage.
But you just
Like, we
told women to
did.
make mistakes.
Just to get it out of their system before they settle down. Like, get it out their system.
Listen.
Yo, King, I take it back. I take it back. She is talking crazy.
Oh
I take it back.
my
I take it back.
But do you know what? Do you know what the funny thing is though?
This is what
This
y'all
doesn't
were
even
talking about
surprise me. This stuff doesn't surprise me. I've heard it so much. Like it doesn't surprise me, bro. Like it don't.
But they can have fun
pay
with
her to
one
come out
guy. It doesn't have to
Nah,
be
hell
multiple
no.
guys.
Is this real?
This is
Yo,
real, bruv.
This is
This
crazy.
is real.
Yo, you really did a 360 from where my mindset was. What you said earlier. You just did a 360.
The first thing she came out here talking about, oh, at 25 you're a full adult. Then come to find out, when she was in her 30s, she was dating a 20-something, 22-year-old boy.
But it wasn't serious dating.
It doesn't matter. He wasn't a full adult. That's what you said. That's what you said. So you're a predator. You are a predator.
Yo, did you catch what she just did too? She said at 25, you should wait till 25, but your brain not fully developed. But in your 20s, you should be having fun with that older guy when you're 21.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she shouldn't be trying to settle down with until she's like 25.
Wait. So her brain is developed enough to play around, but not developed enough to have a serious relationship.
Okay. This is what I'm talking about.
Just because she's playing around doesn't mean she's ready to be a wife and a mother. Like,
Okay, can I ask you a question? So if I'm 38, let me ask you a question. If I'm 38, what's the youngest I can play around with, in your view? What's the youngest I can play around with without it looking weird and creepy?
She don't
Not
have no age.
Let answer.
as long as it's not below 20, then I wouldn't care. Like if you're just playing around. If you're just playing
Wow.
around, you're not serious, you're not looking for a wife, you're not
So
looking
you think
for a
38,
mother to
21
your
to play
children.
around with is okay? Wow, even I think 21's too young for me. Wow, your answer surprised me. I've got to say.
That's shocking. That's
Your
absolutely
answer
shocking.
surprised me.
This brain
That's
is developed
shocking.
When I say like settling down, I mean like for a serious relationship, you're talking about marriage, you're talking about babies and stuff like that. That for me shouldn't start until like 25. Anything below 25, you should be out here having fun, trying to figure out like what you're about to do.
Can
Like,
I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Because you just said
wow,
she shouldn't play around with a bunch of guys. So what's the difference between if I meet her at 23 and I'm 38 and we play around and then when she turns 25 I should marry her? That's what you're telling
at
me?
that point, she can decide whether or not she want to take a 38-year-old man serious to the point where she want to have your
No,
kids.
Listen what I just said. I said I'm 38. I'm 38 now, and I meet her at 23, and I'm playing around with her for 2 years. I'm talking about playing around. She's only playing around with me, so I should wait till she's 25 to finally take her serious.
Ma'am, was your brain not
Yeah,
supposed to be developed?
I
10
would
years
wait
ago?
until she's at least 25 years old.
So
I'm just a little confused.
so what is the benefit of her playing around then?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like
I don't understand what she gets out of that.
Because she may not. Okay, because in this day and age, the Gen Zs, they think that 25 is being the oldest shit in the world. So if you feel like 25 is old and anything below 25 is young, okay, so that means that you're young, have your fun. But at 25, okay, it's time to fucking be serious.
Why are you worrying about what Gen Z think? Make your own, like, use your wisdom. You shouldn't think like a Gen Z. You should give them advice as an older woman.
All right, here. Okay, I have a serious question.
I just gave them advice. Y'all didn't like my advice.
You're telling me. No. You're telling me what they want to do. You're telling me what the Gen Z want to do. They want to play around. But you should tell them they shouldn't play around.
So you're saying
I'm not gonna tell them that they shouldn't play around before 25 because I agree that they should play around
You're saying
until
that
25.
you are saying that if a woman is 21, she should not, or let's say even 19. Okay, if a woman is 19 and she should not marry a 31-year-old man, but if she's 19, she should go to clubs and parties and get smashed on Tinder.
Yep, that's exactly.
Why do y'all keep thinking of somebody is smashing, like smashing?
That's literally what you just said.
Why?
You literally
Okay,
just
let's
said
just
that.
say that she do want to smash. Listen, I'm not in the field. I may be 35 years old, but I don't give a fuck what a 25 or a 21-year-old is doing.
Answer the question.
I'm about to answer it. If she is 19 years old and that is what she want to do, she want to have fun, she don't want to settle down and get married and have babies, then I'm not going to sit here and encourage that girl to do that, and that's not what she want to do. Because at the end of the day, she's gonna do whatever she want to do.
Okay, wait a minute.
I could sit here and tell her until she's blue in the face to not do that, but she's gonna do it.
If it's okay for her to do what she wants to do in that situation, but it's not okay for her to do what she wants to do to get with a 30-year-old man.
Exactly. You sound so retarded right now.
This doesn't make sense.
Yo.
Keep contradicting yourself, love.
Y'all making it seem like that just because I'm older and I tell her, or if I don't approve of something, then that's law.
No,
just
we're
testing your logic. It doesn't mean that's law.
No, we're testing your logic. You keep on saying that she's not smart enough. So how's she smart enough to have sex, but not smart enough to settle down? That's not dumb.
Just saying, if she wants to do that, then she can. You might have people like me who's going to feel like that shit is weird and not agree. But who the fuck am I? What I say is not law. If that's what she's gonna do, and that's what she wants to do.
Hey, everyone calm down. Everyone calm down. Big up to Daniel for the super chat. He says relationships and having fun are two different things.
That sounds so dumb.
At the end of the day, it just sounds a bit crazy for you to say that a young girl who's just got into the game, of being an adult, it's okay for her to quote unquote have fun, but you know, with an older man as well. But, you know, it's only when she hits 25, that's when she's mature enough, I guess, to settle down. Like, it's just mad. Like, it's just shocking.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just
that's just what I feel. And I have a 25-year-old niece, and if she came to me right now and was like, Auntie, like, I want to settle down and start thinking about marriage and having kids or whatever, I would be like, okay, like, do
What
what
if
you
she
do.
what if she was
But
21?
huh?
What if she was 21 and she said the same thing to you?
Well, I have a 21-year-old sister, and if she came to me and said that bullshit, I would have my opinions. But at the end of the day, she's grown. She gonna do what the fuck she want to do. That's my mindset.
Wow.
But I wouldn't encourage her to have babies and get married at 21 years old. Like, no, I would not encourage her to do
All right,
that.
take the babies out of it. What if we're just being in a relationship?
Okay, a relationship is cool, but when you start
Oh,
talking
so
about babies and being a mother,
your concern is mostly about the babies, not being in a relationship with the older man? Just the baby part?
I just don't think, because a woman's life really changes when she becomes a mother. And
Oh, so you're concerned with the motherhood part then. You're focused on that.
yeah, that's my main thing. It's just like it's just the motherhood part, like putting a baby and putting kids on these girls.
So I could wife a girl who's 23 if I say I don't want to have babies with you until you're 25. Is that okay?
If y'all are waiting to have babies, then I wouldn't see an issue with like having a relationship with her. But you're like, okay, we're gonna wait to have babies like until you like 25, 26. I'd be like, oh, all right, whatever. But I just don't think that putting babies on young girls that's like 21, 22, 23.
So you have like a different conversation.
So you don't mind the older. So you don't mind the older man getting with a woman that's under 25, between 20 and 25, as long as he's not getting her pregnant.
Yeah, as long as he's not talking about like putting babies and stuff and making her a mother at that young ass age, then I wouldn't see an issue. But I'm more concerned about the motherhood part, because motherhood is a lot on young girls, and I just don't think that young girls should be hit.
So why didn't you just say that from the start? Why did you start talking about because her brain is not fully developed, she's not fully developed until 25? Why didn't you just start by saying, because I don't want the girl to get pregnant before 25? That's how you should have started, because now your talking point has changed.
Yeah,
but I guess I kept saying like babies and stuff.
No, not at the beginning. Not at the beginning. No, you didn't. Not at the beginning.
Changing her mind mid conversation.
You was talking about you was talking about it's not about feelings. We're going on what you said. This video is live and you'll be able to watch it back yourself. You said you was talking about the brain maturity of the girl is not fully developed until she's 25. That's what you was banging on about. Now we've progressed in the conversation. Now you've made, and you were saying, an older man shouldn't be getting with a woman before 25. Yeah. And then now you've changed it. Now you've changed it. Now you've changed it. And now you're saying it's okay for an older man to get with a woman under 25 as long as he's not getting her pregnant.
Yeah.
I probably didn't mention it at first, but that's always
it's not
where
probably
I was
you didn't. It's not probably. It's not probably.
It was always motherhood. That's where I was always going with that though.
No,
but you just didn't say it. It's okay.
That doesn't make sense either.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yes, it does. I just didn't come out and say it, but that's always where I was going with that.
Everybody who gets in relationships don't have babies right away. They don't have babies right away.
We already established that peak fertility in a woman is between the ages of 18 to 25. That's the best time for her to try to get a baby to minimize the negative repercussions. So even that doesn't make sense. If a woman wants to have babies, the best time is literally in the time that you said shouldn't be done.
The possibilities, y'all keep on talking about possibilities. Oh, the possibility of the baby. Okay, it's a possibility for everything. You can get in a car, get in a car accident right now. That's a possibility. That's a possibility.
It's a possibility that a tree is going to fall on your house.
Stop speaking about it as if in every case a 25-year-old is just going to have the healthiest baby in the world. Like that is not.
That's a dangerous way to think though, because if you should always go by what happens typically. You can't live your life based on what happens with the outliers. That's because you probably won't be the outlier. By probability says you will be one of the typical people. So if you're living your life based on, oh yeah, but I saw a 60-year-old woman had a baby and it was healthy, so that means I'm gonna try and do that. That's a dangerous mindset. That's a dangerous way of living.
But now y'all ODing though, because honestly,
It's not
I don't feel
ODing.
like
You're
any woman
ODing.
over 40. I don't think any woman over 40 should be like. To me, that's the rough
I was just
spot,
giving you
40
an
years
extreme
old. You shouldn't be
example.
having no
I was
kids.
giving you an extreme example. That's all that was.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, quit keep saying like a 25-year-old, like she's just gonna have the healthiest baby in the world. Like, y'all are gonna gag when y'all have a baby with a 25-year-old and the baby come out like not healthy.
Bruh,
Like, then y'all
oh
gonna
my
gag.
god.
Just totally ignore science. That's
What?
crazy.
What?
I'm just saying.
Hey, listen, this has been a really enjoyable discussion. I gotta end it now. We're 3 hours deep and I need to go sleep. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna do another one of these caller shows. I'm trying to do one every day, so you lot keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you glue to the channel, so if you want to talk, you can jump in. The link to call in is always the same link, so just save it, whatever, so when I'm live you can jump in. Big up to the guys that hit the super chat. Big up to everyone that hit the like button. I will let everyone just shout themselves out on the way out, starting with Kurt.
Oh, shout out to King Richards, man. I've been on you since the Pearl thing. So
yeah, forget her, man.
Oh yeah, my bad for saying the name, but yeah, shout out to your platform. I'm bigging it up. I'm a Westerner over here shouting you out. Keep doing your thing.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody on the panel. I'm not really like an internet person like that, but I follow King. So this one was a good one. This was a good show.
Appreciate you. Hey, call back in next time, yeah? Catalyst.
Alright.
I ain't got too much to say, man. Appreciate you having me up. Appreciate you doing these topics, having these conversations. Like I told you already, it's good to have them. It's good to get different perspectives on it. And that's it. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Call back again. Dean.
Yeah, King Richards, I've been following since the Poku Bank days. That's how
yeah, my boy. Come on.
Day one. So I will say to you, keep doing your thing. I love your channel. You give a lot of good advice, a lot of good wisdom, and sometimes you feel a bit down because your channel's not growing. But trust me, your message is getting out there, and you're helping a lot of people. Trust me. So keep doing your thing, even when you feel down.
Okay? I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. Call back in another time. Nay.
Yeah, this was cool. My last Instagram got deleted. So when me and you were supposed to like do the video or whatever, my Instagram that got deleted or whatever. But my new Instagram is official King Nene. So I'll be back when you do another one of these, depending on the conversation, if I want to like join in or not.
Say no more. Always welcome. You did well. All right, Doctor.
Yo, respect King Richards, man. Hey, I gotta stop coming on here. This is kind of addicting. But
no, it's not. It's good. It's good. It's healthy, man. It's healthy.
Well, yeah, man. Good conversations, and even though we may have disagreed with her or whatnot, like it's all respect. You know what I'm saying? We're all human beings out here, so have different opinions. So, yeah, man. God bless.
All right, thank you. God bless. Mike, say your outro, bro. Okay. Who's left? Mali, are you there? All right, cool. I'm gonna end it there. All right, thank you. Big up to all the guests that spoke. Appreciate you, man. Much love and respect to everybody. I think this was a W. Everybody write W in the chat. I think this was a really interesting conversation. I don't even know what the next topic's gonna be, man. Do you know, I usually just decide the topic in my everyday life when I'm out and about doing my things. Usually I'll talk with so many people and then something will just stick in my mind and then I'm thinking, nah, that's a good topic. So we shall see what we're talking about tomorrow, or it might just be a reaction video. I don't know. But make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you're liking the videos, hyping the videos, leaving super thanks as well. If you can't do super thanks or super chat, PayPal's right here, www.paypal.me/KingRiches1. Support the channel, support what I'm doing over here. It's just me. We're all we got, man. All right. But anyway, with that being said, you lot take care of yourselves. I'll be back again tomorrow, you lot. And peace.